crimes.
Okay, what's up, guys? Welcome to episode 3000 of High Crimes. Yep.
Episode 3000.
Yeah, I've been keeping count, and I'm pretty sure I didn't mess up at any point. How's Huh? I guess Negan will be right back. What did you say, Timmy?
I said it's episode 3000, baby.
Yeah. That's episode 39, which we're going up in the numbers pretty quick. Soon we'll be at 50. 50 whole episodes. Let me bring the chats up real quick. Oh, no, I put it on members only on purpose, Bill Hicks. So if people aren't members and don't want to become a member or can't, they can go to Rumble. We should be live right now on Rumble. Or you can stay on YouTube and become a member. And another...
You can give Shabs $100 through Streamlabs, and he'll let you participate in the chat.
$100 cash, damn it. What was I gonna say though? Oh, and another thing is it seems like YouTube fixed the whole membership gifting thing. I think that you guys can gift memberships to other people on my channel now. I think that works. Because I clicked it earlier and it shows like you can gift to 50 people, 100 people, all this stuff. So yeah, maybe that'll happen. Maybe our first gifter will happen this stream. But yeah, just like the other episodes, I don't know anything really about this episode besides what you guys see in the thumbnail and stuff.
Research
has something to do with zombies. No, it's better when I go in that way, Gene. I'm going in blind. Okay, I don't know what's gonna happen. You see my.
And it's easier to make jokes.
It's better to just go in like that.
God damn it.
That was a horrible joke, Gene. Wow. Gosh.
It's better to raw dog it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on how you are as a person, but for me, definitely, it's better to just go at it raw. No condoms, right, Gene?
Yeah, whatever.
What's up, Sunfire? You're a weirdo, Sunfire. All right, to the video we go. This is actually going to be kind of a long episode because this is an hour and 33 minutes long. So,
well, I'll make sure to make it longer.
Shut up, Gene. All right, here we go.
In the evening hours of March 24th, 2014, police responded to a shooting at a residence in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Little did they know they were walking into the home of someone so obsessed with zombies that they not only believed they were real, but he and his son were actually preparing for the zombie apocalypse. What police found inside the house was more horrific and bizarre than they could have ever imagined.
He's got really bad acne. Or herpes.
Whoa, yes, those were herpes pimples. That's what those were.
Or it could be, like, maybe he's got the chicken pox, or maybe it's poison ivy. Maybe it's a bunch of bug bites or scabies or something.
Yeah, there's Dirt in the chat. Yeah, you better come in here, Dirt. And,
Dirt shows up for High Crimes, but he didn't show up for the PPP yesterday.
Yeah. He loves murder. We also have a movie night goal up there that Jack is advertising, so we hit the goal, and whoever does hit the goal...
I don't see the goal.
What are you, an idiot?
It's on the right-hand side. Yeah. Pretty small.
It's small. I maybe need to find a better way to organize the stuff on the screen for High Crimes, but it's there, and it exists.
Well, you said up there, and you pointed up, and it's... or I guess it's up where you're located. Yeah.
Well, we're doing a stream, Gene. They're seeing something different than you're seeing, Gene.
Okay.
Who drew the picture of Gene? That was Dirt. Oh, wait, Rio did it? I thought it was Dirt.
Yeah, no, Rio did it.
But Dirt finished it, I guess. He made a,
I don't know if Dirt, did you have anything to do with it? Because Rio sent me the image.
I don't know. But, all right, back to the video.
And he actually did it out of just pure kindness of his heart. I didn't ask him to do it at all.
This is the house of the people who were preparing for the zombie apocalypse?
Yeah, they ate
That's what we're-
goldfish.
okay.
They ate
Okay,
goldfish.
they're very organized.
Yes, the goldfish on the ground and shit. Like, yeah. Very organized. Almost at the level of Gene organized.
Blood trail
Fuck you, I'm more
along
organized.
this hallway
My
leads
house
into
than you.
this room.
There's a lot of weird.
Okay.
That mug says this is my zombie killing mug.
Hey, Chad, can you pause it for a sec?
What the fuck do you want, Gene?
So, when it comes to zombies, don't you think that if there was like a zombie invasion, it wouldn't be like in the movies? If it doesn't spread through the air and you have to be bitten or scratched by the zombie in order to contract it. So I guess it would be kind of like rabies, but it lasts longer.
It would be a
or
lot
whatever.
less people that it actually ends up getting in contact
They'd be
with.
able to, yeah,
Yeah,
they'd
there'd
be able
be a
to
lot.
quarantine the city. A disease like that would be so easy to quarantine. They would just call in a bunch of like troops and APCs and helicopters.
Yeah, they make it out to be like it's just this minority of people that would survive. But if that was the case, that it spreads through being scratched by them and bitten and stuff, then yeah, I'd agree that like it's there might be a good amount of fatalities, but they'll end up turning it around pretty like a lot easier, I think, than they. Make
I don't
out
think
to
it would
be.
even spread throughout an entire city, even if it was like fast zombies and stuff. I think
Yeah.
they would do like an emergency kind of like alert on like radio, people's phones, and they'd be like, just stay indoors, and then the National Guard would come in.
Oh yeah. But what I just put in the chat there, Dirt, that was made by you, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dirk did that.
Yeah.
Do you believe in the zombie apocalypse? Do you believe that's going to happen? Probably.
When police arrived at the house, they discovered that the 911 call reporting the shooting had been placed by the 14-year-old. They found him waiting outside.
Take your phone.
Got some blood on him right there.
Could we figure out what's going on, bud? Okay.
As police will soon find out, the story about how he came to be covered in blood is even more twisted than they ever could have imagined. For everyone's safety, deputies still need to secure the house and verify if there's anyone else inside the home. What they discover is nothing short of haunting. The following footage has never been seen before.
I've got blood footprints on the ground in there.
But before we go in, just a minute.
Coeur d'Alene police, come out with your hands up! I got sight in the kitchen. Clear all the way to the window. He said the gun's on the counter, it's right there, on the left.
Okay. What you guys?
Copy. Can't see through this window. Copy, I'm going behind you.
Somebody back there, maybe?
Yep.
Some.
Okay. I'll hold this on the right if you go through the left. Coeur d'Alene police, come out with your hands up.
Small room. I'm clear.
Clear. I'm gonna pull this blanket. You guys get a visual on this guy, okay?
Show me your hands.
Got it. Got one male. Looks deceased.
There's a second one.
Second.
Juvenile.
Okay.
Appears to be deceased as well. I'm gonna pie him.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
In the bathroom, there's.
That 101 like Dalmatians blanket, don't you think it really clashes with all the other decor?
I think it fits well with the zombie theme of their house. I'm pretty sure
Seems a bit out of
101.
place.
No, like 101 Dalmatians. That was about zombies, right?
I don't think so.
Pretty sure you didn't pay attention. You're an
I think you're
idiot.
confusing it with something else.
Pay
Go
attention,
shower
Gene.
back there.
Okay.
Hey,
Want me to go through and clear?
away.
I can go in through and clear if you want. I'm gonna go through and clear the bathroom.
Hey, go ahead.
Bathroom's clear.
The one that's in the car, that's the 14-year-old?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's the 30-year-old.
Yeah.
Could be. I didn't know if it was a different person.
I got a door here. I'm gonna
Yeah.
check.
Well, he could have had like children of the corn, one of
Oh,
those
like, please,
rare
come out with your hands up.
developmental like diseases where you look like you're like 12, even though like you're an
Yeah,
adult.
he has Andy Milonakis syndrome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really 50.
What's it called? Weber syndrome?
It's called Andy Milonakis syndrome. I just told you,
Small
Gene.
room
Pay
clear?
attention.
I don't think that's what it's called.
Absolutely. I'm gonna check for pulse in the dad.
Okay, go ahead.
Still warm. I can't feel it. Yep. Yeah, checking wrist. I can't tell if it's my heart racing or his.
I'll grab you one medical guy to come check.
Come, bring him in.
Shouldn't like the medical team be out by now instead of the police checking their pulse?
Well, they still have to clear the house. They don't know if anybody else is in the house still.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
Pay
before
attention, Chad.
Yeah, that makes sense. Shut up.
Bring him in. I got a slight pulse. I can't tell if it's mine or his.
You sure?
No. I can't tell if it's my heart racing or his. It's slight though, whatever it is.
You okay back there? You okay?
Me?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Cuff on my hand. Kind of hurts a little.
Okay. You try and scoot your butt forward just a little bit and get your hands a little bit more room.
It appears that there's no one else in the house, save for not one, but two bodies they find in one of the bedrooms. Both are deceased, and it becomes apparent rather quickly that what happened here is much more complicated than a shooting. A variety of weapons are found strewn about the house, and blood snakes its way through the hallway, the living room, bathroom, and bedrooms.
Looks like he shot his dad and his brother with a machete.
Even more disturbing, the juvenile found dead looks to have been the target of a large machete found on the kitchen floor. Outside, deputies prepare to take the surviving boy for questioning.
We're gonna go right this way, pal. Okay.
See,
I don't know if
that
he's been
wasn't
searched or anything, so.
Hey, see, the one in the back of the car wasn't the 14-year-old boy. It was a different person. So
It was?
yeah, been 30 years old.
Are you sure?
Oh, we just acknowledged. Yeah,
No.
he probably has like Weber syndrome or something.
Is a different shirt on and everything. Look, he doesn't have nothing on his shirt, and then the other kid has something on his shirt, and he's wearing a dark
Yeah.
shirt too, and that's obviously a light colored shirt. So yeah, screw you guys.
Yeah,
Same
fuck
Wait,
here.
you,
are you sure?
Gene.
Are you sure it's not like a dark shirt?
I agree with Negan. Fuck you, Gene, you stupid piece of shit. It's a different person. Okay? Stop thinking all white people look the same, you racist.
Well, I acknowledged it could have been a different person. I
Fucking
said he could have
bitch.
had like
I hate you.
Weber syndrome or something.
Yeah,
have
you
what-
did say it was a 30-year-old. So yeah, you did say it was a different person.
Yeah, fuck
Anyways,
you,
go ahead.
Gene.
Go ahead. Continue.
Questioning.
We're gonna go right this way, pal. Okay.
Not this way.
I don't know if he's been searched or anything, so.
Okay.
Just face the dial 911 there, spread your feet. Before we put him in, I want to take photos of him.
Yep.
Just stay there, bud. What's this in your pocket?
Keys.
Keys to what?
Locker. School.
The locker at school?
And my locker to
You
myself.
said your name's Elvin?
Elden.
Elvin with an E?
Right there.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
It's all
That main evidence. The evidence right there. Iron Maiden. That's the reason why this happened.
Yeah, this is why people shouldn't listen to rap music.
Music, video games, it's always the media. D&D causes kids to worship like satanic cults.
Yes.
It's all
believe it. I
modern
believe-
media that younger generations enjoy that weren't around when
believe-
I was a kid.
I believe if you take a picture like this and it's your job to say like, oh, that's evidence and saying like, oh, that's why they did it. Like you should like be like fined or something like that, like for being just so fucking stupid. People kill
Be
people
thrown
because
in
they want
prison.
to. No, just
we're-
fined for being dumb.
Just
I'm
calm.
sorry.
Go and open your hands for me.
Is there any plan on taking it?
Yeah, there was. Let's go ahead and switch out his cuffs.
You want to go behind the car right there? That'll block us.
Well, I'm going to switch out his cuffs. Just stay where you are. Did I tell you to move?
This one, you're gonna take off the cuffs.
I didn't tell you to move, though. Okay, I'll tell you to do something before you do it, all right?
Oh my God, fuck
I want
this
you to
cop.
look at that dial 911.
You do what I tell you to
around.
do. Yeah, I'm in
Stop
charge.
moving.
I got authority.
I don't know. I don't see anything wrong happening here.
He's probably worried that the kid's gonna take off and run.
I don't know. I just hate cops.
You're scared of cops, Gene. You'd be
I'm
shitting
scared
You
of them.
understand what I
fucking
mean by
hate
stop
them.
moving? Okay? Stop moving. Okay, Elvin, we're going to get in the back of this. Okay? Go ahead. Turn around. Sit, slide in. That's good enough. All right, I'll meet you over there.
The crime scene has piqued the interest of passersby and neighbors, who police start to gather information from.
So, explain to me the circumstances of this being a St. Vincent's home. Is this like a halfway house
I'm the
or?
director.
Okay, so what's going on
This is an emergency shelter for families.
there? Emergency shelter. Okay.
Yeah, we just reopened it. He was renting it.
And who's he?
Eldon Samuels.
Okay.
He's the father.
And how many kids did he have in the home?
2.
He's so cool with his
Do you know
knife
their names?
collection.
Yes, Jonathan and Eldon.
Wait, Chad.
His one son is autistic.
Wait, Gene.
Close it. Arnie says I'm a thug. I thought I was a nerd.
You are a thug, Gene. You a thug
I'm a
ass.
thug nerd.
You're a thug ass gangster, Gene.
Oh.
Damn.
Which one's that?
Jonathan.
Jonathan's autistic.
The boy, now in the back of the police cruiser, is Eldon Samuel
Doesn't have
III.
autism.
The 2 dead males inside are his father, Eldon Samuel Jr.
What Gene say?
Gene said who?
Dude doesn't have autism.
Everyone has autism these days.
Gene, turn your camera on. Okay? And Timmy,
Feel
turn
like
your
it.
camera on. Gosh.
Still
Gosh,
who we will
professional.
refer to as Junior, and
Yeah.
Eldon's younger brother, Jonathan Samuel. The family moved to Coeur d'Alene from California the summer prior and lived in the emergency shelter home.
Hey, Eldon,
Yeah?
is anybody in that trailer?
No? Not.
No?
Probably not.
Your dad was in there earlier. Do you know what he was doing?
No?
No?
No, I don't really
I
think
think
there's
that's
anybody
the
in
problem. I think that
How come the heater's on in there?
there. The heater's
Yeah.
not in there? In the
Uh-huh.
trailer?
Uh-huh.
Someone's probably in.
Chad ain't
All right,
calling
stay
it.
put until I tell you to step out.
What?
I think that's one of the issues is that like they live in a trailer. I think maybe like trailers, like the companies and stuff, like I don't know, maybe they apply some kind of lead paint or whatever in the interior because it seems like a lot of people that live in trailers are like mutants and they have like Hicks syndrome and
You're just mad that you can't afford a camper, Gene.
Yeah, Gene, you broke ass bitch.
I can only afford a townhouse in this very like affluent kind of neighborhood.
Town fluent? Ew.
Yeah,
Ugh.
it's flamboyant.
Yeah, more like
But-
you're a gay guy. Okay?
It's like how many of these high crimes have like covered people who live in trailers?
Well, yeah.
Remember
people-
the one where it was just like cat piss everywhere and
Well, yeah, that's because
I went back and watched that one.
That's because
That
rich
was one of-
people are statistically more like better at hiding their crimes. That's why I never get found.
Mm.
I have a Lamborghini. What's up, Sunfire? No, I'm not excluding you.
I don't see where's Sunfire.
They're both in the Rumble stream.
Oh.
But
I keep
Oh,
Let's see who's-
mispronouncing things
let's see
because
who's in there.
I got my Invisalign.
yeah, back to the show, Gene. You tooth guy. God, what a dork, right,
Yeah,
Negan?
I want to see who's in this camper.
Yeah.
That's such a rush. What's that? What's such a rush?
How old's your brother?
I don't know.
He doesn't know. 13, it sounds like, from Wilhelm.
Though Eldon is apparently unsure, his younger brother Jonathan is in fact 13.
All right, just stand right here for a minute. Your last name Samuels? Last name is Samuels?
Yeah. I'm thinking of changing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your middle name?
Gail.
Gail?
Okay.
G-A?
G-A-E. Yeah. What's your name?
What's your name?
Colin. It's called man.
How old are you?
Okay.
Detectives photograph
I like how he did that. He's just like, what's your name? Oh, cool name, man.
Eldon and take his bloodstained
Oh, mortal treason. Further proof that rap music is ruining the minds of these children.
That rap.
Yes, obviously, Gene. What else would it be? Okay.
Aren't some of the wasn't the previous band like a metal band?
Yeah, I'm kidding, Gene. Yeah, the other one, Eldon Moose.
clothes for evidence.
You still doing all right? Yeah, I'm just a bit nervous. Yeah. Why are you nervous? Because the cops are here? No. Okay. We can talk about that if you want later.
Eldon is questioned about the incident that has just occurred in this never-before-seen interrogation footage. The following footage has been analyzed by a qualified team, including a licensed professional counselor and a licensed attorney.
It kind of makes it look like he has like webbed feet.
Yeah, his feet do look weird here. I don't think it's the camera. I think
his curled toes show a sign that he's holding something back.
Yeah,
he's got like a lock pick, or he's got some little mini like pick that he's going to use as a weapon.
His toes
prepared.
Weird.
I think it's probably
just relax. I'm just here to talk to you, okay? So you can take a breath, like what I do. If I have to adjust my leg or take a breath, that's okay. You know,
it looks like he's got, rheumatoid arthritis, where their like hands kind of like curve and stuff. It looks like that, but with his feet.
Yeah, something weird with his feet. I don't get what's going on with them. Why they do that?
I've seen
Sunfire leaving because
I remember talking.
She left because you're gay, Jane, and she was hoping you were straight, but you're gay. You ruined everything.
In school. What are we talking about?
Shut up, okay? Timmy's gay, and I love it.
The handcuffs. That's
Whoa.
Right. What did we decide about the handcuffs?
After the detectives make Eldon comfortable,
Would I get to keep the handcuffs?
Interview.
Oh my god.
Wait, did he just ask them that? What the fuck?
You don't live far from the school, do you?
What did he ask him?
This was
great. Do you remember talking to me in school? What did we talk about? Handcuffs. The handcuffs, that's right. What did we decide about the handcuffs?
After the detectives make Eldon comfortable, they begin their interview, starting with how he ended up shooting his father.
He says, having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to us right now? Do you want to talk to me and my boss about what's going on tonight? Right now? Yeah, that's why we're here. Do you want to talk? Right, well, where will it stay? Just right here. We'll just chat right here. No, we're just going to chat in this room. No, we're not going to keep you all night. We'll just chat right now. So this is just because you have the right to talk to me. Like I said, I have the right to talk to you. So this is just
wait, Sunfire. I'm interacting with the chat and Rumble.
I have a question. Did they say like what time that this interrogation started? Because he said we're not going to keep you here all night, but it could be already morning.
Sunfire, are you just talking about because I have the YouTube channel on members only?
Shab's excluding people.
I'm supposed to do like members only streams every now and then. It's not to be mean to people that aren't members. It's to be nice to people who are members.
Nah, Shab's exclusionary.
Plus, that's why I'm doing on Rumble and YouTube so that you guys can still talk and stuff. I have both chats up.
These rights of mine. Do you want to talk to me right now? Right now? Yeah. Like how much time? It won't take long. 30 minutes to an hour tops is what I imagine. Yeah, I got stuff to do. So, do you want to chat? Sure. Okay.
The officer establishes that he and Eldon already know each other. He may have been brought into the interrogation specifically for this reason, as Eldon may feel more comfortable having someone he knows in the room. However, if they have a trusting relationship beforehand, then the suspect
this
may
the
not really
autistic kid?
understand the adversary.
I don't know. I don't know which one is supposed to have autism. I'm not sure. I don't know. I can't even really tell the difference between the two or something.
He doesn't look autistic.
Real nature of police questioning. You'll notice that the officer he knows is leaned into his personal space, but only while
Yeah, you guys are in the pleb chat, you poop heads.
discussing Eldon's rights and his willingness to speak with officers. Invading someone's personal space is a common tactic in police interrogations, as it puts pressure on the other person. In the state of Idaho, police are generally free to interrogate minors without any limitations, beyond constitutional provisions that would equally apply to adults in a similar situation. The minor does not have to have someone present to represent their interests prior to questioning, until and unless the minor specifically makes a request for counsel or the presence of a parent or guardian. In that
sure
case,
most
an interrogation would have to stop.
Are like aware of that.
One thing that he mentioned that the cops doing is like getting in the kid's personal space. That's something that Negan from The Walking Dead does to like manipulate people. Is he'll invade their personal space to like get his point across, like without even having to really say much, just based off his body language.
Yeah.
Do you think they do this when they interrogate like people or kids in Finland?
I don't think they interrogate kids in Finland.
In
Do you
Finland,
think, like, if a kid murders somebody in Finland and stuff, they just buy the kid ice cream?
kids in Finland don't murder people.
Yeah.
That
That's
doesn't
such a rare occurrence, man.
That doesn't exist there, Gene. Okay.
Stop upon the request. However, there are a number of differences for a minor brought into the juvenile system. For example, before a minor may admit to an allegation in court, the presiding judge will have to make a determination as to whether or not the admission is allowed at all.
So do you know why you're in the interview room with us today?
Yes.
Okay. Why is that?
Murder thing.
Okay. So
A
explain
murder
to me what
thing?
happened. What do you mean by that?
My dad, he was on his medication.
Okay.
He made some stupid thing. So, he's done it before. He got mad at me and beat me. Remember? I wanted to do something, but I couldn't. He just beat me. Next time, he did that. He was outside. He was shooting guns out there, thinking there were zombies in. And told me to go back inside.
This was your dad?
Yeah.
Then you told him to go back inside? Okay.
As Eldon begins his story about his dad shooting at zombies outside, he rubs his forehead and engages in more eye blocking, all which are anxiety responses. However, when he gets to the part of the story about being told to go back inside, he makes very intense eye contact, which is a shift in his behavior so far. He may be watching the officer's reactions to his story closely to see if they're believing him.
He went back inside because he thinks there's a zombie apocalypse. I told him that there wasn't.
Okay.
He told me to get out. To get out. He told me to get out. And
He repeats, he told me to get out 3 times, which may be him trying to solidify that part of the story.
so, I said no. My dad said, what? He just started walking towards me. And he hit me. He hit me and had the gun out. 45.
Okay.
And he hit me again. And I shot him.
So who had the 45?
Me.
You had it?
Where did you get it? It's my dad's. It's your dad's. Where does he keep it? On his couch. He had it out.
Okay.
Did you usually load it? Yeah.
Let's just back up just a little bit, then we'll get some more details. When your dad hit you, because you were arguing, you said he took medications or you did?
Yeah. I said he
took medications?
Eldon is drinking a lot of water here, along with sniffing and fidgeting. It's safe to say he is highly anxious. The fight-or-flight response can lead to dry mouth and an engorgement of the nose, which causes itchiness and the need for more oxygen. This would explain the frequent sniffing. All of this is a red flag for markedly heightened anxiety. While he should be a bit anxious in the police station, he and one of the officers seem to already have a rapport, so the fact that his anxiety is this high is likely throwing off serious red flags for the interrogators.
And he hit you because he's hit you before?
What if his
Is that
odd
what you said?
behavior is just due to his autism?
Is he the autism one?
He might be.
I don't know.
Bill Hicks says I might be onto something. This kid might have ate some lead paint. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know who was inside the camper, though. They never showed that. They said that the heater was on and that somebody was in there, but they never showed who was in there.
I'm
They just went-
assuming they'll get back to that, I think.
Okay.
I'm assuming.
He's hit you before? Hit me before? Hit strike you? He hit me before. Okay. Was that tonight? Yeah.
The first time he says he's hit me before seems to be a question to clarify what the officer is saying, but the second still seems to have an upward inflection in his tone, which can indicate uncertainty about this allegation of his dad hitting him before. Eldon has also been trying to take time to think about his answer. It's unlikely he didn't actually hear the officer. He's just getting him to repeat questions, so he has time to think about the right answer.
How did he hit you? He just hit me once hard with an open hand, closed fist, closed fist. Where did he hit you? Like, no, I don't remember. You can show me. Want to show me? It was dark, so I know, but where did you feel it? I don't know, just somewhere. Was it here? On your left side? Yeah, but it was dark. Okay.
Eldon seems to be struggling to find where his dad hit him. Claiming he hit him hard makes it sound as though it may have left a bruise or soreness, but he's basically pointing to all of his left upper body. This is another red flag. A truthful individual would have an accurate place to point to. He's also been engaging in a lot of lip compression
That was my mother.
movements.
My mother would claim that people hit her all the time, but she never has any bruises. And she can never remember in any detail.
I used to get bruises. I used to get bruises on my shins a lot from skateboarding, and I used to like joke to my mom, tell her that I tell people that they're from her, because people would ask her where
Yeah, my mom
bruises-
got a puppy that weighs like 5-6 pounds, and she had bruises on her legs and stuff. And I'm like, where'd you get those bruises? And she's like, oh, they're from Levon. He was crawling all over me. I bruise easily. And it's like, so a puppy crawling on your legs caused you to develop noticeable bruising, but then you're claiming that people who are grown men are hitting you, and you don't have any bruises, and you can't remember where they're from or where you were hit.
Stop
Yeah,
talking.
I like whenever the cop asked the kid, like, you want to show me? He like switched to a different side, like, oh fuck, like I would have a bruise or mark that my dad hit me tonight, like, and I'm obviously not bruised or something. Like, so he like went to a different spot, like.
Yeah, there was no like accuracy with where he's claiming to be hit, and then it's like,
Why
yeah,
does
it was
everyone,
dark.
when you call them out on stuff, always claim to have dementia and they can't remember stuff in any detail?
It was an accident, Gene.
Yeah.
Which once again indicates he's feeling stressed and nervous. He doesn't seem to have thought this story through at all. This isn't surprising since he's a very young adolescent. However, it's also noteworthy that Eldon isn't as intimidated as most children would be in this situation. Lying to two detectives in an interrogation room is certainly a bold move. This demonstrates that Eldon may not fear authority like the typical kid would. One of the features of children and teens with serious behavioral issues is a lack of respect for authority.
And he was chasing me to my room, and I had the gun out, and he hit me again, and I just pulled the trigger, and did he say anything? He said, well, saying, you killed me, stuff. Okay. So you pulled the trigger? Yes. And you got the gun? Okay. How many times did you pull the trigger? Once, that one time. Okay. I just shot 3 times. I had 3 times? And what happened? It's all
Ah,
right. You're doing good.
Sunfire.
I know it's a tough deal to talk about.
That's weird how in the chat on my phone. Wait. I don't know. It's weird. I'm seeing messages that I wasn't. I don't know. But everybody here on YouTube and Rumble, hit the like button. We need more likes on the streams, guys. Hit the thumbs up.
Retracted a message. I want to know what that message said.
He was talking hella shit about you.
Dude, I really hate this fucking, like, Instagram heart thing.
Yeah.
Like, in the lower right-hand corner. It always blocks the messages and shit.
It's your fault, Gene.
Eldon's claim that his father was outside shooting seems to be corroborated by neighbors who heard a gunshot earlier in the evening. That isn't all they had to say either. Some of the neighbors had a few interesting things to say about the strange family next door.
Did you hear something?
A gunshot earlier, sound like, maybe.
Okay, just one?
One, sitting around.
About how long ago?
Hour ago, hour and a half ago. There's a lot of weird people.
Okay, okay. And they just moved here, my understanding?
They've been here 5 months, maybe 4 months. How long have they been here? I would say 6 months. I've had my suspicions that there's been drugs coming out of there.
Okay.
Made complaints. I saw him stand out here today for about 40 minutes. Had a conversation with one of the gentlemen in here.
Okay.
Looked completely coherent. I've never spoke a word to the guy. Kind of weird, but he keeps to himself. But he doesn't. I mean, like I said, I have my suspicions. There's been something going on.
Right.
To that extent. When we came home, we just got out of the truck. Didn't see. I mean, I don't remember seeing. He came out. He was messing with the.
Pacing around.
That's right.
Who was?
The older gentleman.
The dad. And he did come out and mess with the camper too.
About when do you think? How long before
We got about 6.
Oh yeah, and he's kind of pacing around out there. I was just gonna watch him.
And then I saw him.
Comment like, "Gosh,
He's just weird. Because you waved to him. Like I said, he's never said a word to me, but you waved to him, and he'll just stare at you.
Yeah. What do you? I mean,
It's just always really boring. Fights or drugs. I've been watching that guy do. I'm pretty sure he's been dealing something out of there for a while. I watched this guy coming out of his house every day. I work from home a lot today. I work from home all day with this window open.
Right.
I saw him have a. He's a kind of a weird guy. He's kind of creepy. He's never said a word to us in 6 months he's lived here.
He doesn't wave. He just stares straight forward.
I'm confused. His chain smokes like you would never believe.
Right. I'm
every 5
confused.
minutes he's on his deck.
Why are these people just talking about Gene now?
I don't know, but
I think I'm creepy.
They're right about him. I always thought Gene was creepy.
Smoke.
You're creepy, Gene. You're
How am I
freak.
creepy?
And you probably do smoke when we're not looking. And you act like you're like healthy.
When people wave to you, you probably just stare at them like, what the fuck are they staring at? Or what the fuck are they waving at?
What are those humans waving at over there?
Humans are so
And he just
superficial.
stares, or squats and just stares at you, and it's like you feel uncomfortable, like you're in a fishbowl.
So what's the deal with Dad? I mean, you mentioned coming out. I mean, he's medical calls or something.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know what happens, but when he first moved in and he's been here about 6 months. The first couple months, it just seemed like every couple weeks there was a handful of ambulances, cops out here, and they were bringing somebody out on a stretcher, and like he was, maybe he was sick or something, but it was just, and then it became often, and I don't know if there was, like I said, I don't know if there was fighting going on, whatever those reasons were, and I'm not even positive 100% if it was the dad every time. It might have been that older son, or it might have been the younger one.
Notably, he uses the phrase, like I said, frequently. This is something called a referral statement, which is often used to bolster a statement. Though it's usually associated with someone lying, it doesn't necessarily mean that he's lying here, and instead could be an indication of how uncomfortable or upset he may be by the situation, which would be understandable.
If you think of anything, don't hesitate to call, leave me a message. I'll get right back with you.
Sounds good.
So,
any idea? I don't want my kids to see this, in the morning. She's freaked out really bad.
Okay.
I don't want my kids to see this.
If there was life-saving efforts that needed to happen, it would have happened immediately. If there's something else going on, we have to wait. We want to make sure we do it right. So we will be here through the night.
Back in the interrogation room, Eldon explains what happened next after he shot his father.
He was crawling. He's crawling to John. To who? To John, the brother. Okay. Your brother's John? Is it John or Jonathan? John. You call him John though? John. Jonathan. Okay. So go ahead, I'm sorry. I'm going to call him John sometimes. Okay. But he's crawling towards John. Next,
So, yeah, I think it was him in the back of the police car. It's him and his little brother. Like, it's showing there. It's like some 5-year-old who's autistic. That's his little brother. There's not even another teenager kid that's involved in this being, like, arrested and interrogated.
I thought all
What?
weird people are, like, autistic.
You're weird, Gene.
where was John or Jonathan?
That's why everyone on the internet accused me of being
Who's better?
autistic.
You're weird.
Whose bedroom? John's bedroom. So he has his own bedroom? And he was under the bed? Yeah. Okay. How do you know he was under the bed? You went in there, so John to get out. You wouldn't get out. Get out of the room? Yeah.
Interestingly, Eldon is rubbing the back of his neck here, which may be an unconscious attempt to bring down his heart rate, as rubbing the vagus nerve can slow an anxious heartbeat.
Why'd you want him out of the room? Dad was there. He was like right there. I just wanted him out. Then what happened? And I started taking apart the cushions of the mattress. Stood him a lot, tried to grab him out. Like with your hands? Yeah. Okay. And what did you say to him? I just wanted to get out of there. Okay. And what did he do? He just didn't want to go. Then what happened? That's all right. You're doing good. What happened after that? Can't really remember. So he's about your size. I mean, he's not too small. And I know that he doesn't like, he's got some issues with space, some spatial issues. I know that it took me a while for him to like me and talk to me, so I was good with it. So I'm sure if he was upset, or if you're yelling at him, I can see how he might act, but I don't know how he acted tonight. So I need you to tell me.
The detectives propose an alternative theory here, in the hopes that Eldon will admit to something, especially if they make it seem more acceptable. They seem to be saying that his brother may have acted out, which would give Eldon some kind of excuse for what he did. Eldon knows he can claim his dad abused him as an excuse, but explaining viciously murdering his brother is another story entirely.
So you told him
I
to
was
get
just
out?
thinking the same thing.
Yeah. Told him to get out. Same. Was your dad still crawling towards him? Yeah. Okay. That was before I shot him 3 times in the head. So he started crawling, trying to get out. He was holding the shotgun. Who was? Dad. Okay. And he had it loaded and everything. And he just started pointing at John. Just tried and shot him. So who shot? Your dad shot John? Yeah. He did? With a shotgun? Yeah. Okay. How many times? I just heard like 2 times a time. You started 2 times? Yeah, like 1 time though.
Eldon has sounded a bit unsure throughout the interview so far, but here he sounds even more uncertain, and there's an upward inflection in his voice. As he goes to show 2 fingers, he can't quite get his body to cooperate, and it's a weak hand motion. He immediately returns back to self-soothing rubbing on his leg above his knee.
Okay, what do you mean? What is it? To you, what does it sound like? You said you heard it. It's like a boom, a pop, okay. Then I heard that again.
Didn't the neighbors say that there was only 1 gunshot and it was like earlier, like an hour or so or whatever?
Yeah.
So how did
Clearly
they
covering up for the neighbors.
Yeah, they're covering up, but
conspiracy.
They don't want us taking away our guns, you know. We'll be shooting out here too all fucking time.
Oh, guns.
No. And you were all in John's room? Okay. And I'm sorry, man. It's that sometimes I'm a little slow, so I'm just kind of losing track of where everybody was. And so you're dead. You said that you shot him in the stomach one time. Right? Then he crawled away. Okay, then he crawled away.
Once again, Eldon covers his mouth after saying he crawled away. This part may not be a lie necessarily, but there could be something he's intentionally leaving out in this part of the story.
And he crawled up to John's room. Okay, so now I'm tracking with you. So if you don't mind, pick up from right there. So your dad was shot in the belly, and he crawled up to John's bedroom. And where are you? I was going to go in here. But where are you? Where in the house? Because I'm not familiar with your house. I was just standing there. Where? Like, standing in the living room. Okay, perfect. Thank you. That's what I was missing. I didn't know. You know, if I'm not there, I'm not sure who's where. And so your dad's crawling? Yeah. And I was standing, just watching him. Yeah. Like, what do I do? What do I do? Because I didn't know what to do. Sure, it sounds like you paused. Like a shot. Okay. So when your dad was crawling to John, did he have the shotgun? Yeah. Where did he get the shotgun? He's wearing a vest. He tried to shoot me, but he was stuck. So he just pulled the trigger. And he shot John in the leg. Okay. Did you see that? No.
While rubbing his head, Eldon has started doing something odd with his feet. He brings his foot forward and tucks the toes under while clenching them. It's almost like his feet are taking the place of his hands for anxiety displays, since he seems to be working at not using his hands too much. We don't get to see this often, since most people...
That really bothers me, seeing him do that with his toes. It's
This
like...
would be... This is Quentin Tarantino's favorite episode of Dank Dumpster.
Hell yeah. But...
Or High Time. High Crime, sorry.
Yeah. But no, it like kind of bothers me to look at it. Kind of like listening to somebody scratch a chalkboard or something. Like looking at that just kind of eeks. What's the word? I don't know. It gets me.
Makes you cringe.
It makes me cringe, like looking at Gene.
People's feet are usually covered, but feet can still indicate how people feel. We learn to lie with our words and to a certain extent with our face and hands as we're growing up. These are the tells we're used to looking for, but most people never focus on the feet. Additionally, it would be extremely difficult to concentrate on the right words, facial expressions, hand movements, and feet movements. That's just a huge cognitive load on an individual.
How do you know John shot in the leg? Because he yelled out the leg.
Yeah.
Okay. And
if that's true, if you can't hide your feet, if you can't make your feet lie, why don't they just make everybody in an interrogation go in there with no socks and shoes on? Like, if that's actually true.
Because that encroaches on their freedom.
Yeah, it's right in the Constitution. They're not allowed to make you show your
Thou
family.
shall not remove thou shoes.
so I went outside. I couldn't hear it. I could still hear the screaming. John or your dad? John. Okay. How do you know it was John? Because Daddy stopped talking. Okay. And my dad came up. Started stabbing stuff.
Imagine you were so this is something they found. Let's see. Imagine you were going away for an extended period of time to an unknown destination. What few items would you desperately want to take with you? Explain fully the reasons behind your decision. So it must be like something from his school. And it says, if someone knocked...
Knife collection.
If someone knocked on my door and then gave me 20 minutes to pack up my stuff and leave, I would take all of my guns, put 4 in the rifle cases, then keep 2 handguns on me, and also something all my food and ammo in my backpack, then I would be prepared for wherever I am going. Wow. Like, that's not a bad sign. You're like a teacher, and
Hey, you got a 10 out of 10.
yeah, he did do good. He was
what state are they in? Because if they're in like a southern state, then if it's a conservative teacher, it's probably like, yup, guns.
Yeah, this is normal. All these kids got guns. But yeah.
I can't remember. That's all right. It's better that instead of trying to think what happened or making something up, it's always better to be honest. And that goes for you and me both. And so if you don't remember, it's okay to say I don't remember, and we can work with that. We'll talk you through it. And so if you don't remember, you don't remember. You know what I mean?
But at the same time, if you do remember, you need to tell us that, okay? And I understand you just went through something pretty difficult, okay? I get that. But at the same time, it just happened, okay? So I'm hopeful that you'll remember exactly what happened. So we have a better understanding of what occurred, what led up to this, things like that. Okay? So, because right now you're saying some things, and I kind of understand, but it feels like there's some pieces missing. Follow me? Okay? So let's make sure we fill in those blanks. So I think you said you went outside so you didn't have to hear anymore?
Yeah.
What did you want to hear?
All of it. I want to hear all of it.
You want to hear gunshots? You don't want to hear your brother screaming? Okay, so at what point do you go back inside the house?
I just walked in after sounds went off. Walked inside the house. That curtain, I just closed it. My brother, I had to kill him.
Your dad killed your brother?
Yeah.
You just with that shotgun?
Oh, yeah. Machete. Full machete. So, it had a lot of hides and stuff on him.
And your dad did this even though he was shot?
Yeah, he was shot. He probably thought it was me. That John. Probably thought John shot him because he felt that medication. I don't know what happened.
What did you see your dad do to Jonathan exactly with that machete? What you saw?
I didn't see, he was just holding it. And I just took it and threw it.
Was Jonathan still alive when you took the machete from your dad?
I don't know. I just saw what he did.
Hey, that's a pretty clean machete for being used to kill somebody with it.
Yeah.
Was he making noise? No. John wasn't moving. Okay. Took the machete from him. Threw it away. I got the 45. And he said that he was going to kill me. So I shot him.
Eldon doesn't quite seem to grasp the gravity of the situation and makes some interesting requests. Whether this is done in pure naivety or because of something darker remains to be seen.
So where am I going to live? We'll work on that, okay? Just hang tight. Let's get you some water. We'll work on it. Yeah, that's a great question, though, all right? Can I go back to my house and get my stuff? We'll work.
Dude, there are parents just lining up around the corner to adopt you, cool guy, okay? Who doesn't want to adopt someone who just killed their father and probably their brother, too? I'll adopt you tomorrow, buddy. I got you.
Are they turning into zombies?
You ever heard of a place called Disneyland? We're going there tomorrow, dude.
Yeah.
Of course, we're going to your house. You better pack your bags.
Pack
Don't
your
bring no guns, though.
Yeah,
Also-
yeah, that stuff's not allowed at Disneyland.
It's like if they're obsessed with zombies and a zombie invasion, don't you think knives and like machetes and stuff would not be the most ideal weapons?
No, they are. Melee weapons are. Yeah, they're
Really?
yeah, that's the route to go. Is melee weapons. Even like a big lead pipe will help you out in a zombie apocalypse.
Wouldn't you want to distance yourself as much as possible from them? Because
It's very true, but one-on-one, you're gonna win.
but isn't the whole
Any-
point with like zombies is they're usually in hordes?
Yeah, anything more than 10, you better run.
More than 10, but I mean one scratch, one bite.
I want Negan to be like dressed up in a special like apocalyptic kind of gear while they're talking like yeah, you can't, if you count 10 you want to get the fuck out of there. Trust me, I know from experience. I've dealt with hordes of them. Oh yeah. They need like an eye patch and shit.
Yeah, like the US government actually has a plan in place in case there's like a zombie outbreak. And they also have a plan in place like if aliens ever invade.
Yeah.
I'm not making this up. Those in the chat, if you don't believe me, look it up. It's true.
But it's probably not zombies as we know it. It's probably just an outbreak. And then it makes sense for them to do the alien thing too. So those both make sense. Am I supposed to wait for Negan? Is Negan putting on a dress?
Do you know what the plan is for aliens though?
What the plan is for aliens to... Oh, whoa! Okay. Yeah, I've killed many zombies in my day.
Oh.
I've killed many zombies in my day.
Let's watch this amateur at work.
Yes.
Run some other things, okay? We'll just chat for a little while while I'm off. What do you need from me? You sound like me now. Your Xbox GTA 5. And probably your glove, now that I mentioned it, huh? Yeah, that's why.
Oh, damn, GTA 5. So this wasn't, like, extremely... I don't know when this case happened, but it was in the last 10 years. Within the last 10 years.
Okay. What GTA 5 was that? GTA 5? It's a credit from that video game. What about my mom? Or your mom?
Every cop has
Video games and metal.
Yeah,
every cop has heard of that game.
Yeah, the cop probably has played it plenty. Like,
Cops like their ghetto shooter games.
Everybody knows what GTA is, but of course they're doing their job, so he probably just acts ignorant there and just like, what's GTA? What does that stand for? Oh, Grand Theft Auto. Okay, all right, just, you know, it's all part of the job, because, like, you just want to make things and get them to just say be thorough about everything. Shut up, Gene.
No? Yeah, okay.
Shut up.
Bitch.
Yeah. I can get a hold of her. We'll make sure that we get a hold of your mom, though. What do you think she's going to say about what happened tonight?
Eldon's mother, Tina, still lives in California. She and Junior separated after a tumultuous marriage marred by financial hardship, drug use, and alleged.
My mom.
Do you guys think that Tina did Tina?
Tina what?
Do you think that Tina did Tina?
Nah. Or maybe. They live in trailer parks, so probably some incest.
No.
That's not what that means.
Yeah, Gene, it's like another word for like meth, if I'm right.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, and they
thought
said
you were talking about two people named Tina. I'm like,
Do you know why?
maybe.
You know why it's nicknamed Tina?
Nah.
Because the measurements are in tenths, and people say a tenth.
Yeah.
So
Good information to know.
Yeah, Gene. How do you not know about Tina?
Said
Yeah.
he did bad things to her. Who did it? Did. I did. What kind of bad things did he do to her? Like, did you just hear things or do you know things? Well,
In addition to more mouth covering and facial rubbing here, he's got his foot up in a barrier position now, blocking both the detectives.
my dad was driving fast. Mom wanted to get out, so she opened the door, and Dad ran over. Oh, man. Yeah. So, it doesn't sound good for anybody.
There's only like 2 people watching on YouTube.
It's horrible. Sorry. It's one of those things. So there's a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 14
This is
on
an
Rumble.
indication that Eldon may have held an immense grudge against his father for what his father allegedly did to his mother. Eldon began crying for what seemed like the first time in the interrogation when mentioning wanting to see his mother. Eldon would later tell a psychiatrist that he witnessed alleged abuse perpetrated by his father against his mother. He claims that on one occasion, Junior poured lighter fluid on his wife and threatened to light her on fire. In another instance, Eldon stated that Junior bound her with duct tape and held a gun to her head before forcing Eldon to urinate on her.
What?
Anthony, Eldon's oldest brother,
What?
and Junior's son from a...
Dude, what the fuck? Did you even hear that, Gene?
Can we go back like 5 seconds?
Wait,
or
he
something
forced
like that?
who to urinate on who?
His dad forced him to urinate on his mother. Hold on, let's back it up.
alleged abuse perpetrated by his father against his mother. He claims that on one occasion, Junior poured lighter fluid on his wife and threatened to light her on fire. In another instance, Eldon stated that Junior bound her with duct tape and held a gun to her head before forcing Eldon to urinate on her. Anthony, Eldon's oldest brother and Junior's son from a previous marriage, said that he knew his father could be violent when he was on drugs, but that he'd never abused him or his sisters. He claimed that his father had recently kicked the drug habit and moved to Idaho to get his life back on track and be a better father to his 2 younger brothers. Anthony, as well as his grandfather Eldon Sr., alleged that Tina was the aggressor, not Junior. In 2012, Tina pleaded no contest to a charge of willful child cruelty and spent 6 months in a Stanislaus County jail. It's not clear whether or not the child in question was Eldon. At various points in their marriage, Tina and Junior both filed restraining orders against the other for domestic violence.
Do you see any anger issues with
A very
him?
stable marriage. Didn't hear what I said.
What is that?
I'm rubbing a spoon against my bong. You're making clink clackety noises, and I wanted to be in the clink clackety club.
Chad loves his clink clackety noises, blowing the torch right in the microphone and stuff.
I love your mama, Kane.
What do you mean used to?
Everybody copies me. Can you believe this?
Well, they used to just his eyes bulge out.
Yeah, you're the greatest.
Wait, who the fuck is this? Grandpa? Eldon's
think
grandpa. Yeah. Okay. Grandpa's coming into the picture.
Eldon Sr. crosses his arms here, which is likely a dislike response due to having to talk about his son's negative qualities.
When was that?
Oh, years ago, and actually with Tina, because when they lived on Peach in Modesto, I helped him buy a window and sliding glass door. Then when he moved over on the east side of Modesto, then I helped him replace 2 sliding glass doors.
Why is that?
Because he said he couldn't afford it.
No, but how did they get broken?
Tina threw a lamp the first time through the door, and the second time she tried to push a chair through the door.
And he didn't do these, but you're thinking Tina did it?
He told me Tina did it. So
Do you believe him?
Well, yeah, in a way, because she's a...
It's so annoying to me, people like that gotta break shit around them like their children and stuff. It's like guys that play video games and constantly are breaking their controllers or breaking their TVs because they can't stand losing to the point where they break their own stuff. It's like, what? That is so stupid. You're gonna break your own stuff, so you have to waste more of your money because you lost at a game or whatever. It's like,
Not everyone has the same level of emotional stability.
Yeah. I think people need to learn to be more critical of themselves too, because people like that, they don't turn around and are like, "That was stupid. I'm never gonna do that stupid thing again. Wow, I'm an
The
idiot."
game is stupid.
It's like, no,
so stupid,
next week
it justifies their outrage.
Yeah, justifies them wasting their own money. But
when people throw tantrums and yell and scream over very trivial bullshit, it's like, what did the other person do to give them a good reason to do that? They're the victim. We got to reward their bad behavior.
Yeah,
By
Timmy.
pandering to them.
Yeah, Timmy, turn your camera on.
My behavior is perfect. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's true.
To be fair, people do typically do that. For some reason, when people throw fits and scream, people tend to flock to their aid. Seems kind of odd.
Yeah,
people like innate. Well, that's why people do it, because they people enable them.
You're an enable. Wait, whoops. Accidentally muted it. Whoops.
What your son isn't?
Well, I'm thinking now, yeah, maybe so.
You're thinking maybe now.
Yeah.
It's interesting here that he does a big hands up response. At this point, he still believes that his son isn't responsible, though it looks like the officer introduces some doubt. Parents often want to believe the best about their children. They rarely want to admit their children might be the messed up one or part of the problem. It's much easier to blame others, but after what has occurred, he now has to figure out why his grandson would do this. It's probably...
That's also, people when it comes to self-justification.
Was he Tina's son?
Yeah,
he's Tina and Junior's son.
No, Tina is the kid's mom, which was the dude in the middle. That was his wife, because that's
so
his
he
dad.
might have.
Pay attention, Negan. God.
And then they split. So he might have started taking his aggression out on that kid, because he's like, oh, I fucking got rid of your mom, but I still have to take care of you. I'm just gonna treat you like a piece of shit.
Punching bag.
Yeah.
If he
You're
did,
my new scapegoat.
if he did some of that shit that he claimed there, then you could imagine. You could imagine how horrible this kid's upbringing was.
Causing a lot of cognitive
especially without his mom there in the picture, like you're saying, because if his dad's abusive, then he's gonna switch from being probably abusive towards, he doesn't have the female there, the wife, to do that to anymore. Now he's just gonna take it all out on the kid.
Regurgitated what I said, you piece of shit.
Me and Negan are talking, Gene. Okay,
Fucking
we didn't ask you to chime in. Okay, shut your mouth. Okay, oh, bitch.
The more he has to think about it, the less certain he's likely to become.
Yeah. So you don't know for sure. You just hear what he told you, right?
What he told me, I don't, because I'm not. That's their life. Not.
So did you see him get angry with the kids?
Not that way, no.
I need your total honesty on this.
I know you do. I was smiling.
No, I'm just maybe to talk about this.
I'm trying to think of the time he did lose his temper.
He appears really uncomfortable here and states, not that way, no. He's probably questioning himself about what signs he missed. Notice that he shifts into a barrier position shortly afterwards as well.
We're doing a zombie stream, Sunfire, so Negan's all dressed up and ready for the zombie apocalypse. They even have a cool bat with barbed wire on it.
Yeah. They're prepared.
Yeah, Negan's gonna keep us all safe while we just chill and play Pokemon.
There's not gonna be any zombie DNA or whatever vial that gets into your nasal cavities and shit.
You have to use
headphones.
You have to use headphones like this, so you can still hear, but the game's quiet.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
He's uncomfortable with having to face these facts because it doesn't fit with the picture he wants to have of his son.
Well, he never hit those kids in front of me.
He didn't?
No, but he would yell at them.
What would he yell? How would he yell at?
A real high voice.
Well, what do you think about people who are just they act like it's okay to have that kind of self-righteousness or cognitive dissonance when it comes to their kids' bad behavior, because they're your kid. If you had kids, you'd do the same. And it's the same thing with self-justification. It's like I don't think there's justification for it. I think you need to teach people to think critically. Stop compartmentalizing. You have no input there, Shab?
I wasn't following along the whole time. I don't know. My brain's in another world.
Wow, Shab.
One time my mom seen a guy like yelling at his kid like crazy, like, and the kid like didn't deserve it. My mom said, "Why don't you yell at me like that?" And my mom's like really tiny, and I was like, "That's such a badass move." Like, you're crazy for going up to that guy and like kind of challenging him like that.
Well, there's research that shows that the more judgmental a person is, the more sensitive they are when it comes to being on the receiving end of criticism. Like, people who tend to be ruder and more irritable tend to be much more like provocative, and they're more likely to start shit. It's the like Dunning-Kruger effect. Less competent somebody is, the more competent they think they are. And and I find that people who tend to have a very difficult time admitting that they're wrong also tend to like, when other people make mistakes, they tend to be very like unforgiving. Like, if somebody overlooks something, it's just because they need to pay attention and there's no justification at all.
Yeah,
It's like,
this guy's
they-
overlooking. He's probably like hiding like quite a bit about like what he's seen his son like yell at his grandkids.
Yeah.
No, he didn't in front of me, but he might have went in by themselves.
Okay, so did you ever see him
He knows I don't
use physical
and stuff, and
anything?
No, not in front of me. But that's not to say it wouldn't happen when nobody else was around. But it's to say that I never seen it, no.
Okay. And what would he yell at?
This guy's a bad liar.
Johnny?
Wait, how much have we... Oh my god. We're only like a third of the way through. Jesus.
Yeah, we keep pausing it too much.
Yeah, Gene, shut the fuck up.
Bitch. Despite the
putting
contrasting
me to
statements made
sleep.
by family
Shut up, Gene.
members, a pediatrician would later testify to the neglect that Eldon and his brother faced while living with their father. Eldon specifically was malnourished, had severe dental issues, and had many absences at school. Junior's alleged behavior was exacerbated by his prescription drug addiction. There were a number of medications collected from the house the night of the incident. Junior was prescribed several drugs for anxiety, sleep, and, due to a workplace injury a few years before his death, muscle relaxers and opiates. Junior's autopsy showed a plethora of medications in his system, most notably large amounts of the sleep medication Ambien. According to Eldon, the medications also had
sleep
Everybody, since we're talking about the zombie apocalypse, everybody needs to pay attention to this stuff right now, because these things are going to become like currency.
Yeah.
They're not going to last forever.
Exactly. It's coming soon, guys. The apocalypse.
a strange side effect.
The zompocalypse.
And detectives returned to something Eldon said earlier in his interview that
I
struck
don't
them
think
as odd.
Why do you know
they will be currency, because there's like an expiration date.
Yeah, exactly. So they're like going to be high value. Like, they're going to be in demand because they're not. Same thing with cigarettes and like food and stuff like
for
that.
a small
like,
amount of time, because they'll expire.
Exactly. So like, if you have access to that, trade that shit like away or like use it.
Yeah, Gene, you bitch. Okay, get
Time
ready
to
for the
party.
zombie apocalypse.
Remedies, they're gonna be.
Get a bunch of drugs in a zombie apocalypse, and if you don't use it right away, then what are you living for?
Say, grow a bunch of your own, like opium and stuff.
Yeah, have fun with that.
Start your own drug farm. Well, there's not going to be anyone regulating it, so grow your own weed, grow your own. Go to the Library of Congress and look at
I assume you haven't seen The Walking Dead, but to quote Negan, "I'm not growing a garden."
I'm not growing a garden, bitch.
But to be fair, if zombies ever do happen, they're going to be quarantined very easily.
You'll be quarantined, Gene.
And there's a lot of people you talk to, they're like, yeah, no. It's like, people are idiots.
You are, Gene.
But
You
they're not
are.
zombies if he didn't say anything. He did on his medication, okay? So, but he didn't say anything about zombies. You just attribute him taking that medication as to that's what he thinks. Huh? It's just, did he say anything about zombies tonight? Yeah.
That's a funny movie.
What did he say? He said that there might be zombies outside and stuff. So, did you believe him? No. Do you think, and I'm not trying to talk down to you, but do you think there's zombies outside? You don't think so? Probably not. Alright. Do you know what they are? Do you believe in the zombie apocalypse? You believe that's going to happen? Probably. Probably? Yeah, what's going down the Ukraine stuff?
Eldon has his body in an interesting position here, sitting cross.
He's talking about Ukraine, Gene. What do you think about that, babe?
I think that doesn't really have anything to do with zombies.
Yeah, it does. Dude, you don't pay attention to nothing.
What? Yeah. Did zombies cause the Ukraine crisis? Like Putin's a zombie?
Yeah, so this must be like really new.
Cross-legged with
The
his
Rush-
arms.
The Russians are trying to save the Ukrainians from the zombies. That's why they invaded.
On the timestamps. Well, it's like, I think maybe what he's implying is like chemical experiments associated with the war, but it's like war's constantly been going on throughout like all of human history, and it's like modern war, if like people are like experimenting with those kind of bioweapons, there's no reason to think that it's the Russian war. That's like the war where this is really gonna like the zombie virus or whatever, and like chemical warfare is really gonna be exploited.
Yeah,
you never know.
It seems this line of questioning has him concerned and feeling defensive.
You talk to your dad about this type of stuff a lot? No?
Yeah, he taught me about it.
Myself. Okay. Well, it sounds like you and Dad have that in common, though. That you guys believe in the zombie apocalypse, and he's all wanting to prepare, but... Oh, like doomsday stuff? Like something bad's gonna happen? Yeah. What do you do to prepare? He just prepared, bought that trailer, and all this other stuff, buying guns. Oh, the crappy brown trailer? Yeah.
Tina Samuel tells detectives that her ex-husband was a survivalist that began training their sons for the inevitable zombie apocalypse. Another thing that Eldon's older brother rejects. Regardless,
Do you think this is them being like crazy or whatever, like some kind of delusion, or do you think it's just them being fucking retarded? Because I think there's a strong correlation with being a dumb fuck and being like one of those preppers.
I think it sounds like his dad was crazy so far and beat his kids up and thought there was a real zombie apocalypse coming and was really into that and was...
Well, when you're talking about somebody being crazy, it's just like I don't know. There's a difference between being unhinged and being psychotic and stuff, and being crazy in the sense where you have psychosis and you have delusions of like reptilians and stuff. So I think that like you got to separate the disorder from the person, what can actually be associated with the condition. And I don't think that unless they have a condition that calls psychosis.
I know the problem. He probably drinks Pabst Blue Ribbon. Probably drinks
I
that.
think it's just...
What's wrong with Pabst Blue Ribbon? You like Heineken, don't you?
Yeah. See, Pabst Blue Ribbon is what people drink before they murder their wives and stuff. I'm sorry, it's just reality.
The cache of weapons, a new trailer on the property, and zombie paraphernalia, mixed with the cocktail of medications in Junior's system, certainly lent some credibility to Eldon's story. But there's still something fishy about Eldon's version of events, and detectives backtrack to what happened inside the house after he shot his father.
And how do you know? If you weren't in Jonathan's room, how do you know he was in the room? What do you mean? In Jonathan? Yeah. He's always visited. Right. How do you know that your dad was in Jonathan's room? I haven't crawled there. So were you in your doorway? Yeah, I was in my doorway. There's a little blanket. That's all I need to know. I didn't know that. So then what did you do? I don't know. I just stopped. Who did? Me. You stopped? I stopped. Right by the curtain or this side of it? I just stopped. I just didn't know what to do. So you kind of froze? Yeah. Did you say anything to yourself? You know, sometimes we talk to ourselves. We don't say it, but inside we say, man, I shouldn't have done this or crap or something like that. What did you do? I didn't do anything. I didn't know what to do. You just went in there. I tried to get John out. Moved the cushions. Okay, and he wouldn't come out. No. He's always afraid of me. Yeah, because you guys have issues and he has a condition, so I'm aware of that. He's afraid of me. So I tried to get him out. The cushions, I couldn't hold him anymore. The mattress? Yeah. Okay. So how are you holding up the mattress? Show me. Oh, like that. Okay, like that? Yeah. Okay. And then you're trying to reach for him? I was trying to. I didn't have the plate. Show him. Come on. Okay. And what did he do? He backed up. He just didn't go. Okay. I just let the mattress go.
Chad, please put it on like 1.5 speed or something.
No, we never watch these at 1.5 speed.
So fucking slow.
Oh my god. Negan, can you yell at Gene for me, please? He's so problematic.
He can talk to Lucille if he wants to.
Yeah. Better shut up, or Lucille's gonna...
Like, if he hits me with that bat, like, I'm just gonna turn my head and give him the death stare, and then the next second, I'm gonna grab him by his neck, and he's gonna be up against a wall.
Sure you won't, Gene.
Damn,
sure you won't.
Gene's a big badass. Oh my god.
Mattress was stuck on something on the wall, okay? And I was gonna kill you. And just ran outside, covering my ears. So when you're outside, what happened? I just heard a lot of gunshots. Shotgun. And so if I go to the house, am I gonna find a shotgun? And if I look at your little brother, am I gonna find shotgun shots? Shotgun shells? Yeah. Where am I gonna find those? Where is that?
Eldon repeated he was right outside, which is once again his attempt to
He
solidify
said earlier
his
that
story.
his brother was shot in the leg. Did you hear me or no?
Yeah, I remember that. He was just saying something different.
Yeah, he said that he wasn't there when his brother was shot or whatever. He
yeah.
The cop was asking him where was he shot at, and he wasn't answering.
Then he
What a
repeats
liar.
the question, shotgun shots, while looking up to make eye contact with the officer to see if he was believed. Repeating the questions and his statements are all delaying techniques. So is taking a drink in order to give himself more time to think.
My brother's room? Your brother's room? At what point did you come back and shoot your brother? Oh. At what point did you come back and shoot your brother? Shoot my brother? Yeah. Shoot my brother? Yeah.
The interrogator may be trying to catch him off guard here. He's trying to see if, because they've been talking casually, if he would speak without thinking. He just casually slides it in there like it's no big deal, or like Eldon had already admitted it, likely hoping that Eldon might not remember what he said earlier. Eldon does do some repeating of the question here, but also doesn't get angry about the officer saying he shot his brother, which of course we know an innocent person would most likely get pretty upset at this insinuation. Eldon gives himself away a bit here.
Yeah.
Shoot my brother. Dad. I thought you said your dad stabbed him. Yeah, he did. He had the shotgun. he shot my brother. And he either had a shotgun, had a pistol, or had a machete. He didn't have all three. There's no way. I gave my brother something. Gave him something. Fed for my dad. But you were outside. I was in the middle of the story. Okay. Well, I was trying to move up the cushions. Okay. There was shake. Like right there. Where like my dad was dragging all that stuff. I tried to grab it with my feet. And I gave it to him. It's like, for your dad? To my brother. Alright. But you said you let the mattresses go and you couldn't hold them anymore. Yeah, it's when I let them go. I let them go and then did that. And all from I just, here, John. Alright. I just left the house after that.
Detectives know Eldon is hiding something, and they're about to turn up the heat.
Alright. I just left the house after that. Okay, let's do this. Listen, you've been really helpful, and you've been honest we talked about everything. We talked about the silly handcuffs, Grand Theft Auto, your house, the terrible things that happened at your house that night. We talked about that. And for the most part, I think you're being honest, and you're the only one that knows you were there. Correct? There is no way that your dad drug a shotgun and had a machete with him, and then you had a pistol. There's no way that all that happened. What really happened with your brother? Just tell me. What do you mean? I'm gonna listen. Pistol, I don't know what the 9mm is. We're gonna listen, we're super good in our jobs, okay? We're good at gathering evidence, putting pieces together like a puzzle. That's why they call them detectives, if they detect things. But we're gonna figure it all out. How did your brother get shot? Not some story about a shotgun and a hatchet and all that other crap. The real story with your brother, what happened? Yeah, just tell me. You're going to feel better when you tell me. I don't want to hear you. It doesn't make any sense to be perfectly honest and detailed about a certain thing and then kind of, well, your dad, and he had a machete and a shotgun, and there's a 9mm floating around. Well, he shot the belly crawling around. No way that happened. So how did your brother get shot? Just to push the cushion, so they had a machete and just stuck it on the wall. I said, come on, get out. Go down. Okay. Just cut it. You cut your brother? Yeah. Okay. With a machete? Yeah. Where did you cut him? Just like that, so cut his hands.
Got to buy 1,000 cuts.
How many times did you cut him? What did he say? He said, you just cussed at me. He did. What did he say, though? You can speak freely here. What did he say? He said, you. Okay. Oh, you asshole bitch. Just kept saying that. Yeah. So you're tracking right, because we went from your dad was dragging all this stuff around, and then you just threw the machete at him. He saved yourself, which was a total crap story, and we admitted that. So we're getting to the truth of what happened.
The detective moves into the confession position here. It's important to know that as humans, we naturally mirror body language when we're engaged in conversation with others, and our body language can affect our openness and mood. This officer is taking advantage of this by modeling the confession pose in an attempt to get Eldon to join him in the pose that is most likely to elicit honesty and a confession.
My dad, he hit me. Okay? I shot him. Okay? Shot him 3 more times in the head. Okay?
Was that all one right after the other? Shot him in the belly 3 times in the head right after each other? Is that how that worked?
I don't know.
Well, did he crawl up the hallway like you said earlier? It sounds like that's me. He did crawl up the hallway.
Yeah, after I shot him once, he went in John's room.
So you're still saying that your dad crawled up the hallway?
Yeah.
Okay. He gets into your brother's room? And then what?
Moved the cushions off the bed, the mattresses, and told him to get out.
Told your brother?
Yeah, he said, you know, so just got mad. I just
Him. With the machete? In the where?
Get the hands.
Like here, on the edge out here? Not down here?
Point to it on yourself. Where'd you cut him? Cut it like all around it.
How many times did you swing the machete at him?
A lot.
How many is a lot?
It's a lot. Ballpark.
More than 50?
Not 50, 30.
30 times? Okay. Did you hit him anywhere else other than here?
His legs, probably.
Hit him in his legs? Anywhere else? Head?
Head.
You did hit him in the head?
Yeah.
Where at in the head?
The back.
Back of his head?
Yeah.
What else did you do?
That was it. Then I called the police. We're getting close.
Did you shoot your brother?
Shotgun.
You shot him with the shotgun?
The leg.
Okay. Where else?
Jesus
I think
Christ.
I missed. Other shots. Where do you think you hit him, or where did you try? I tried to hit him.
Hit him where?
Wherever it's him.
Where do you think, what were you aiming at?
I was aiming at him.
Where at him?
What were you aiming at? I was aiming at him. I love that response. It's like, yes, they know that. They're asking.
Wait, what? You cut out, Chad. What were they aiming at?
Huh?
You cut out. What were they aiming at?
We'll rewind it. What were you saying, Negan?
Probably like 3 minutes ago, these cops are like, fucking finally, like, we got him.
Yeah, finally he started, but it wasn't very hard. It looked like they just had to talk to him for a little over an hour, and then he just started giving them everything.
Don't you think
where else?
It would be a lot quicker, a lot easier to just waterboard them to get the.
Yes.
It is legal to do.
Well, you're at Guantanamo Bay if they're like military criminals from other countries.
Other shots.
Yeah.
Where do you think you hit him, or where did you try? I tried to hit him.
Hit him where?
Wherever it's him.
Where do you think, what were you aiming at?
I was aiming at him.
Where on him? He's
under the bed.
Okay, so where were you aiming at?
Aiming under the bed.
Just, so a blind shot, you didn't see him, you just knew where he was and you shot?
Well, I tried to see.
Okay, so what were you looking at?
I was looking at him and I just saw his leg. And...
What about the 45?
45.
Did you shoot him with that at all? Be honest. I got people down at the crime scene right now, Eldon. And so we're asking you...
Thank you for subscribing. Gaining some subscribers. That's cool, guys. Stuff.
How many likes do we got?
Anything out.
I shot it once.
Well, Eldon, this is where I'm at with this.
Eldon's toes are tightly curled under and crossed. Once again, he rubs at his neck and...
I don't know. How many likes do we got, guys? On YouTube and Rumble.
The thing I don't understand is, like, why did he just give up? Like, he just stopped bullshitting them, and he just started telling them the truth or whatever they wanted to hear. Like, what made him change? Like,
yeah, I think it just goes to show that. Yeah, I think it goes to show that, like, with when it comes to interrogating kids like this, it's probably a lot easier on average to. Like,
yeah, he is 14.
Yeah,
there should definitely be policies where they're required to speak with a lawyer before they're interrogated. Or their parents have to be there with them. That should also be a requirement.
I'll interrogate you, Gene.
And I think they should have to discuss things with the parents, and there should be things that they are legally required to inform the parents about in order to before they can even interrogate a minor.
You're a minor, Gene.
Shab gives the most constructive commentary.
In a position that's automatically calming to the heart.
I think you told us quite a bit, but I think that you've left a lot of stuff out. Okay?
Likely without meaning to, Eldon nodded when the officer says he left a lot of stuff out.
I think you told us quite a bit, but I think that you've left a lot of stuff out. Okay? And so, you know, if there's any BS that you fed us just a little bit ago, clear it up when we come back in. Okay? So give us a few minutes, and then we'll come back in, let you use the restroom, and we'll talk again, okay?
Just sit tight, all right, pal?
Okay.
Hey, kid, this is your time to request McDonald's.
Eldon has finally come clean about hurting his brother. But the question remains, will he give detectives the whole story?
Gotta ask for like some stuff from McDonald's, some Taco Bell, some Jack in the Box, some.
Yeah, they got rolled chicken tacos out right now.
Oh,
It's
some
a limited time
sushi.
offer.
If you guys want me to talk, you better get me full, okay? You better make me happy, make all my taste buds go crazy.
Story.
So some Pokemon cards, then I'll talk.
Yeah, give me some Pokemon packs. Okay.
I gotta get a holographic Charizard.
Yeah.
Once you give me enough Pokemon cards,
Yeah.
I'll talk.
Yeah. Keep buying me packs. Once I open one and get that card, I'll finally start talking, you fuckers.
I need to get a Mew 3, okay?
Yeah, Mew 3 is. Oh god, I hate that shit. There is actually a Mew 3.
There is?
Isn't there? There's a. I saw another version of Mew. There was one. It had like a bigger head thing going on, and it looked dumb, from what I remember. Let me get a drink real quick. Keep people entertained, Gene, with your funniness.
Hi, Chad. How many people are here? YouTube chat. I don't know. It doesn't seem like anyone wants to chat or talk.
They just don't want to chat or talk to you, Gene.
I like how when I'm not talking, there's little to no commentary.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
Just now?
I think Shab, like, it's like he'll play the other person's video, and it's like 99% the other person's video, 1% Shab, like, giving some kind of commentary. Do people in the chat think Shab's the best commentator ever? What do people think about, like, watching it at 1.5 speed?
That shit kind of gives me a headache.
Why?
Cause I just I forgot to swallow and breathe at separate times. Give me a second.
Egan's still learning how to breathe.
And swallow.
Yes.
What's it called though? Yeah, I don't know why listening to things at 1.5 speed or times 2 speed is like it I don't know, it just gives me a headache.
Well, what about on my streams? It lets you.
Yeah. When I
Well,
watch
not for this,
PvP.
but on my streams and stuff, it allows you to get through the content quicker.
Yeah, and the only time that times 2 speed doesn't bother me is if it's somebody like Brett Keane. Or there's this other creepy guy, stalker guy.
Well, what about like on my streams where I provide much more commentary than?
Sometimes, yeah, Gene. Just watching anything, even if it's like a 5-minute long video at times 2 speed, it still gives me like a slight headache a little bit. I don't know if it's just because I'm stupid or what, but I don't know. I'll listen to some songs at times 2 speed. Listening to songs doesn't bother me though.
Well, it's like I don't know. It's kind of like watching it on slow motion when I watch it at normal speed.
Well, you should smoke marijuana and balance the speed. Like,
I
how
don't
do you
know.
live?
I like getting more things done.
You can get a lot of things done smoking weed. If you smoke weed responsibly.
it is proven that weed interferes with your working memory.
Okay.
Well, yeah, it's like short term. It fucks with your short term memory.
That's what working memory is. That's very vital when it comes to engaging in more like explicit kind of work, trying to get things done.
All right, back to the
reading
video.
and studying.
Pissed that your
Shut up,
dad
Gene.
just puts
Shut your fucking mouth, Gene. Back to the video.
Shut up. Fuck you.
Bitch.
Shit.
Piece
You're
of
pissed at your
shit.
dad because he puts his hands on you.
Go get eaten by a zombie.
That's self-defense.
I have Negan, so I won't.
But when your dad does it to you, how do you feel about it? I felt like scared. Like he's gonna kill me.
Okay. From pushing you?
Yeah.
Eldon does a quick lip compression when he mentions self-defense. He's verbalizing what he's been trying to relay to detectives, which is that he supposedly shot his father in self-defense. However, we later learn that Eldon's understanding is limited when it comes to what truly constitutes acting in self-defense. He slipped into the detective's modeled confession pose posture as well, though not as far down.
Did he have the gun in his hand at that point?
I didn't know if he had 9mm on him.
But you already have the 45 at this point, right?
Yeah, I couldn't find the 9mm.
How did you get the gun from your dad?
It was on the ground. He dropped it on the couch. No, under the couch where he keeps it. I just took it, clip out, took out the bullet, and put it back.
And then Dad pushes you.
He just pushed me.
Okay. And then do you say anything to him after that? Like, anything?
I said, stop.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, and then he does it again. But I'm asking you first. He pushed you a second time.
Yeah.
Okay. What did it seem like Dad was trying to do by pushing you?
He's just pushing me harder.
Okay. Was he trying to get you to sit down? Was he trying to...
He was just pushing me to push me somewhere.
Okay.
But what did he say? He didn't say anything. He just said, he was just pushing me.
And he didn't say any words?
No. I just told him to stop.
By steepling his hands, the detective is attempting to convey a sense of confidence and leadership in this situation. He's taken the lead in questioning and is reflecting that with his nonverbal cues. He's also spread his elbows out and is taking up a lot of space, another sign of confidence.
So he pushes you, you tell him to stop, he pushes you again, and you shoot. Okay.
I'm so confident right now.
Dad basically crawls from the area of your bedroom. Are you in your bedroom at this point?
Yeah.
Okay. And is Dad kind of backing you into your bedroom?
No, I'm trying to get out.
Oh, you're trying to get out of your bedroom. He's trying to keep you in your bedroom.
No, I just get out and just crawling out in front of the couch.
This kid's such a fucking bullshitter.
I couldn't even understand.
What was he saying?
I don't know. He was blabbering, I didn't know what he was saying. He was on his medication.
And he just got shot in the belly? Yeah. Right? That might put somebody into a little bit of shock, don't you think? Yeah. Okay, so he crawls, he's creating a little blood drop trail, and he's going to your brother's room. And so does he make it into your brother's room? Okay, and then how is he seated? What's he doing? Is he laying down? Is he sitting up? What?
Sitting up.
Sitting up on his butt?
Yeah.
Propped up against something?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know. The desk that John has.
The desk that John has?
Yeah.
And is Dad saying anything to you at this point?
No.
Okay. And then as he's propped up, then you...
Hey.
Yeah?
He's just said that the dad was up against the John has. I think he should have meant that John had, because John doesn't have anything anymore.
Yeah, John. Are you even paying attention, Gene?
Nope.
What a dumb bitch. Can you believe this,
I don't know.
Negan?
It's like you're playing
Yeah,
the video
I
in slow motion and everything.
It's almost like you're playing fucking chess while you're doing this with us. Instead of paying
sorry
attention.
I'm sorry I made a joke. Also, whenever he said, he's like, did you say anything to your dad? He should have said, "Vai con Dios, motherfucker," or something like that. That means go be with God.
Go be with God. Oh, damn. Gene, what are you doing right now?
I'm working on stuff.
What do I pay you for, Gene? Okay, you
don't
stop
pay
it.
me.
I pay you with me. Okay? I'm the payment. You shut the
I think
fuck up. You shut
you're being
the
a bit too myopic.
shut the fuck up and watch. Okay? You
At
fucker.
that point, is that when you take 2 more shots and you hit him in the face, but you don't think that that did the job?
No, because it didn't hit the brain.
Okay, so then you took 1 more shot up higher to hit the brain.
Yeah.
Okay. And you knew that he probably wasn't dead or might not die because of the 3 shots prior, but you thought this shot would cause him to die? I understand that it's traumatic and things like that, but at the same time, I don't believe a young man like yourself, seemed like a pretty smart kid, doesn't know what happened. So I need you to be 100% honest with me, because I have detectives down at the scene that are telling me what they see and what they believe is happening or has happened. And so I need you to be 100% honest with me about that, because some of the stuff you're saying is contradictory to what the evidence is telling us. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. Usually, the evidence doesn't lie. Okay? Usually. And I say that because sometimes it happens, but in this case, I don't think that it is. It's not too hard to understand what happened. Fair enough? But what we're missing is exactly all the details of what happened, and we're missing basically why it happened, the real why, and things like that. So, with that being said, did you shoot your brother?
What?
By saying with what, Eldon avoids having to say no or yes. He's trying to find out what information the detectives have already first before he admits to anything.
You tell me. I wasn't there. It's a simple question.
Which gun?
I don't know. I wasn't there, Eldon.
Dude, that's not the question. Yes.
Okay. So, what gun did you shoot him with?
I think the shotgun. I know what shotgun was.
Times. A few times?
Yeah.
Okay. A few to me is 3.
Okay.
So how many times did you shoot him?
Well, I had a shotgun with 2 at a time. Then I started trying to get under the bed.
So how many times do you think you hit him with a shotgun? And where?
Legs. 5 times.
You hit him in the legs 5 times? 5 shots to the legs.
I don't know. I wasn't that.
Okay. So then what happens?
Pulled the mattresses over. Then he just started saying the F words to me and stuff.
Had you used the machete on him yet?
Yeah.
You had already cut him with the machete? After the shotgun?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I'm getting at. So the first thing you did to him was shoot him with the shotgun?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the machete came later?
Yeah.
Can you stand up for me and show me how you swung at him? And don't do it to either one of us. Maybe face that wall and you show us what you did.
I was on the couch, the mattress cushion, and he had his head like that, and I just. What did you say when you were doing it? I didn't say anything.
Okay. Was he saying anything?
No.
Okay. Okay, now you're doing that. Now I want you to do it how hard you did it to him. I want you to show me how hard you were swinging the machete.
Like that?
Okay, so just a second ago you were one hand.
Yeah.
Okay? Now you just did 2 hands.
Yeah.
So which is it?
I don't know. It was a 2-handed machete. Had a little shield on it.
Okay. So
one hand over the other? Yeah.
Okay. But I guess what I'm saying to you is I want to see how hard you did that. Just demonstrate for me how hard you swung that machete.
Well, give me a machete and I'll show you.
As hard as you could. Perfect. That's what I wanted to know. Once he's outside the bed and you hit him in the back of the head, where else do you hit him after that?
Nowhere else.
That was it. Was he dead?
I don't know. Was he moving? Well, when I was hitting him with the machete. Was he moving because you were hitting him, or was he moving on his own? He was moving. Okay.
Was he saying anything?
No. I thought he was F-bombing you. F-bombing? Yeah. You know the expression. You said that. Those are your words, not mine. He was being quiet after that.
After you hit him in the head?
Yeah. And then I called the police.
Now that they're making headway on how Junior and Jonathan were killed, it's time to ask the most important question.
Why'd you do it?
My brother. He was the reason why my dad was taking the medication. Because he just makes everybody mad. In the stores, I started really hating him.
It seems that Eldon may have wanted to eliminate what he perceived as the root of the family's problems. From Eldon's perspective, his father may have been the most severe issue in the household because of his alleged abuse of the boys and of Eldon's mother. Eldon is, after all, a child, so his thinking and way of processing the dysfunction in the family come from the perspective of a young teen who may have been abused and neglected. It's very possible that his father may have blamed his issues on the kids.
Kids grow up in abusive, dysfunctional households, it's their fault for not managing it properly, and they need to take ownership and accountability for some of the abuse they went through. Maybe if they made better decisions as a kid, the adults would have made better decisions.
About time Gene said it.
Exactly.
Gene always sticks up against the kids.
The adults.
The adults are always right, says Gene.
Parenting doesn't come with a manual, and it's the kids where they're just making excuses if they don't blame themselves for the dysfunction.
He's joking,
To be fair,
guys. What?
Well, to be fair, lots of people do use that logic.
Your mom.
Which is typical of
my mom did use that logic.
Parents. Eldon may have believed this, which could explain his anger toward his brother. It's important to keep in mind that in the teen years, the brains of adolescents are still developing, particularly the frontal lobe.
According to somebody, the brain never stops developing.
My grandma said
Which means that they may act impulsively, or may act on intense emotions or issues at home without fully considering or fully understanding the true dynamics of the issues. It's important to consider the role of how teenagers think and process information because, at this age, it's typical for kids to fantasize about escaping situations they don't like. In Eldon's case, it was much more than just something he doesn't like. This may have led him to resort to such extreme measures.
How long have you been hating him?
Years?
Yeah, how many years?
A lot of years.
You're 14.
9 years?
You've been hating him for 5 years? Okay.
My mom couldn't handle the stress anymore, so she ran away.
Have you ever thought about hurting your brother before?
Yeah.
Yeah? How would you have done that?
Probably a long time ago.
What?
Around 6.
What?
I just stabbed him in the back.
You stabbed your brother in the back?
Yeah.
Did you get caught?
I don't think so. I was like 6 years old.
You stabbed your brother in the back with what?
God.
With what?
A knife.
I think his brother's going to be fucked
Like
up.
a kitchen knife? Did he bleed?
I don't know. I don't remember. I think he did bleed.
How many times did you stab him?
Just once. You get in trouble? You didn't get in trouble. You stabbed your brother in the back.
Did your dad know about it?
I think so.
So where does this anger
Daddy
come
told
from?
me to do it. It was one of the only times
Your
Daddy
brother?
seemed happy.
Where did anger come from your dad?
Yeah.
You didn't have anger towards your dad? Well, I find that hard to believe when you just shot your dad 4 times. So where's your anger come from your dad?
He used to beat me.
Okay, and I've heard you say that, but you haven't really explained that. What do you mean he used to beat you?
Just beat me. I loved him. But next time that he came after me.
You had decided that you were gonna do something about it?
Yeah.
What did you
And
decide
my father
you were
beat
gonna
the
do?
shit out of me all the time, and
That's what you
I
told
haven't killed
yourself.
anybody.
Next time he came
Well, that's just because you're a pussy, Gene. Okay?
Exactly.
after you, you're gonna shoot him.
Yeah. When did you first think that? Just right at that point. When was that though? Last night. This night. This night? Yeah.
So tell me about the times your dad has beat you in the past. I think you said between the last time and tonight it had been about 8 months. Is that still accurate? Okay, and then prior to the 8 months, how many times has your dad, as you say, beat you?
Like, he used to take his pills like once a month and started acting crazy. He called
forgot
the
to take his
police
pills.
last time when he tried to drive the truck under the influence.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of
aware that I'm
pills
bored.
require you to only take them
Eldon
once a
avoids
month?
the question here and instead starts telling a story.
What kind of?
I think there's prescriptions that exist like that. Gene, is there a lot of prescriptions where you take it once a month?
Not that I know of. Like, there's stuff like dialysis and shit, or like chemo treatments and shit. But I'm not well aware of certain medications.
What about your monthly suppository, Gene?
Well, I've never dealt with that.
Gene, oh yeah, I forgot. It's a daily
familiarity
suppository
there.
for you. I
Yeah.
forgot.
Story about one specific instance.
So what happened to him?
I tried to stop it.
What happened to him?
Went to the hospital.
Hospital or jail?
Hospital.
Hospital? Did they keep him overnight?
Yeah.
They usually do. What did you say when he got out?
What do you mean?
What did you say to your dad?
I did.
Yeah, what did you say to him?
I didn't say anything.
You didn't tell him you were pissed at him, or you loved him, or you hated him? What did you say?
Probably be mad at me. Because he called the police on him.
Okay.
Eldon admits to harboring a lifelong hatred for his brother, who was severely autistic and required a lot of their father's attention. But had Eldon been planning to kill his family all along, or did he simply
him and his
snap?
autism?
So where do we leave off? We left off with...
You're a bad boy, Gene.
What?
Bad boy, Gene.
what happened with your brother. Okay. And then we were
People
talking
need to
a
learn to
little
be
bit
less
about
autistic.
that.
Gene's a bad boy.
Seems to me, and don't let me put words in your mouth, that you're a little
Autistic people are annoying
with you, brother.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say? And you said it's been going on quite some time.
Yeah.
And
I think this might be a controversial statement, but I think this autism phrase just gets thrown around willy-nilly too much. Like, I think that they just keep saying that he's autistic is like preparing us for like the light sentence that they give him.
No, his brother had autism.
Yeah.
And they said his brother had severe autism, so I'm goofing off, but he's got severe autism. Chances are he's not misdiagnosing, or he wasn't misdiagnosed.
I thought they were saying this kid has autism. The murder.
No, that seems to be the reason why he wanted to kill his brother. His brother was so severely autistic that he needed constant assistance from his parents and stuff. So he said it was making his dad ruining their family and stuff, and he wanted to take out his autistic brother. So
typically, when a person's labeled as severely autistic, they're like nonverbal and everything. They have issues with like basic activities of daily living.
Yeah.
And I think you said that part of your anger is that, not only does he upset you, he upsets your dad, he upsets your mom. Who else does he upset?
Everybody.
Vegan?
Who's everybody?
I don't know.
just upset at people that in stores he pulled people's hair. Sure. Huh? Was tonight what you were gonna do about it? Yeah. So how long you been thinking about hurting your brother? A while. How long's a while? Can you tell me what kind of thoughts you had when you think about hurting your brother? I just didn't want someone hearing. Okay. So what were your ideas on how to make that happen? Just get him killed or something. Huh? Just get him killed or something. Get him killed or something? So in your thoughts, the way that this needed to end was your brother to die. My mother would have left. But that's for my dad. Because my dad treated her like dead. I was dead. My mom left. I'm sure you were. What makes you really mad? The most mad thing that Jonathan did, what was it? Like, if my dad bought a candy bar for John, and I told him not to eat it, and I walked back, he would eat it. Oh, like, how damn me.
What the fuck? Where did this conversation just go? He's like, what's the worst thing he did to you? He's like, okay, well, I'd have him hold a candy bar, and I'd walk away and come back, and he was eating the candy bar. It's like, what? Where did this come into play? Like,
dude, this kid, if he wanted to get rid of his brother and his dad, what he should have did is had his dad beat the crap out of him, and then he should have like went to school and been like, my dad beats me, and he has my brother do like inappropriate things to me. So like they would get rid of
His
him.
brother's a lot younger than him.
Yeah,
they
but
say
he
his brother's
says
like 5.
yeah, but his dad is like overpowering and beats him up and lets his brother.
What he should have done is inflicted the same kind of serious injuries he inflicted himself to his little brother, and then he should have in Minecraft, and then he should have killed his dad, claimed that his dad was attacking them because his brother's severely autistic. The brother wouldn't have been able to like communicate it at all. So, like, testify.
no, you wouldn't be able to.
Why would you tell him not to eat it? Because I don't want to eat it. All right, and he would just buy one for
Going
Jonathan.
too far, ain't I?
Why wouldn't he buy one for you?
Oh, well, he did. But... So you wanted both? Yeah. All right. Well, that's honest. Do you think that's fair? For me? All right, for you. That's a good statement.
Well, why for you is that fair?
Good for me. Yeah.
Well, but not for him.
And then if he didn't do what you said, you'd be pissed at him? I would be pissed. Yeah. How pissed? Yes. Real pissed?
You ever fought with your brother before?
No. I've thrown stuff at him.
You throw stuff at him?
It's annoying stuff he brings back from school, like it's clap hand stuff. He'll break that stuff, throw it at him. Say, don't bring any of that.
Why do you want your dad to die?
Well, I don't want him to kill me.
Eldon's intense eye rubbing is a continued form of eye blocking.
Okay, so you're saying that you killed him so he wouldn't kill you?
He was gonna kill me all those times. He almost did. What time was it? All the different times.
Okay, and we've talked about that a little bit, but other than pushing and stuff like that, you haven't told me anything that would lead me to believe that your dad was going to kill you. So what am I missing?
One time he really got that mom. I was shocked. So when you were walking and he was crawling to the brother's room and you saw him and he was propped up, were you thinking, you know how I talked about, hey, we have these voices to the side that say, well, I'm not going to let that happen again. I can do that.
Mango's here, and she says that you suck, Gene.
She said that.
Yeah, she's on Rumble.
Did you go in there and said, did you say to yourself, I'm going to kill him?
Am I being too dark, Mango?
What did you think when you were walking to your brother's bedroom with the gun in your hand? He's a bad person. Okay. What else? I know that's not it. I just knew if he was going to live, he's going to come after me. That's what you thought? Yeah.
It's hard to tell, but Eldon may be...
You're lying. You did say that, Mango. Stop lying.
Crying, or attempting to look like he's crying.
Good Shab
His
gaslighting.
statements about getting mad at his brother for not handing over his candy bar clearly show he's quite the self-absorbed young person. So if there's tears, they're
you
likely
think?
because he's realized he's not going to be walking away from this at this point.
Do you think severe autism is like an adequate excuse for somebody not knowing right or wrong if they do something like eat somebody else's candy bar?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you didn't pay attention, Gene. It wasn't actually that. He said that his dad would buy both of them a candy bar, and he would want to eat both of them. And if he asked his brother to hold one or something, his brother would eat it.
Okay.
So he would
not paying attention. I just said he didn't. Like, he was mad that his brother ate his candy bar, or ate the candy bar that he wanted to eat.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's crazy. The like what he's saying now, because now it's like painting a new picture. It's like I wasn't thinking he was just abusive all throughout like that to his autistic brother, but it looks like that's how it was. He's been abusive to him for a long time. It was an accident, Mango.
Probably
He's had
learned
a
it from
hard
his
life.
father.
Yeah.
Did you walk
That is
in there
true,
knowing
and
that you had
kids are
to
usually abused. A lot of times they'll abuse their siblings, and there's like a cascade of abuse where you'll have the younger kid abusing the animal, the older sibling abusing the younger sibling, and the dad abusing the wife, both parents abusing kids. It's
Daddy
a war
of 5.
zone.
That Daddy of 5 YouTube.
Oh
is
god,
like,
that guy was a
what it
pig.
was.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
The perfect example of what we were talking about.
That was your only option. Is what it, and I'm just trying to understand what you're thinking. I'm not saying that's what I'm asking. Was your only thought that your dad needed to die so he didn't come back and hurt you?
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Anybody else?
Did he kill the brother
is that
first
fair? What-
and then the dad?
It seems like dad first and then the brother, or at the very least, he shot his dad first.
Yeah, it seemed like in his bullshit story he shot his dad first and stuff, but like I don't get like why he would shoot his dad first and why his dad would want to kill him unless he killed his brother first and then his dad freaked out and wanted to kill him, so the kid killed his dad too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mango. Sorry, I was reading Mango's message. Okay? She's the greatest.
What I'm saying, is that accurate? Yeah. Okay. So I don't want to put words in your mouth, okay? I don't want to put words in your mouth. I want to make sure
What a
these are your
crybaby.
words. If you would have mother, okay? The grandparents. So what
Man,
did you
he
do
better
because
be
of that?
eating up that pizza because he ain't getting that
Because
shit
he-
for a long
He would
time.
either hurt you, your mother, your grandparents. What did you do so he couldn't do that?
Shot him in the head.
Okay. And did you do that with the intention on killing him?
Yeah.
Yeah, shooting people in the head.
Why, if
Very,
your issue was with
seems
your
like a very
dad that
logical
night,
solution.
which it seemed like it started there, why kill your brother? Just because of everything else that you told me?
Yeah. It seemed like he cared for John more than.
It's like the detective isn't listening. His
Your
brother
dad
ate his
did?
candy bar.
Okay. And so, tell me about that. Did that upset you?
Yeah. Because John was like best one of the house.
Your perspective, John's the best one in the house. That's your perspective from what dad treated you versus him. So how many times in the last month have you thought about killing your dad's brother?
Just that night.
Just what night? This night? So you never thought about it prior to this? Now, earlier you told me that you had.
What?
You said, and we could play the tape back, but you said, if he did it again,
I was thinking if he did it again, or punched me again, or pushed me again, that I would kill him. Yeah, but I didn't. That was continuing on. I just couldn't do it. Well, that's why he's asking that question. I just couldn't do that. And then that one night, I did it.
The night. Okay. So, but you've thought about it. Have you ever acted on it? Like got the gun ready?
No.
Or ready to do it and you just couldn't bring
Who
yourself to do
doesn't
it?
think about killing their father?
But I guess that's what I'm asking. Did you ever prepare yourself to do it? You just couldn't do it? No.
I think it was your words. You said, man, I hate my brother. You said that. Yeah.
Is that accurate? You hate your brother?
Yeah.
You hate your brother enough to kill him?
No. Well, yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. And is that why you did it tonight?
Not just that.
What else?
He was part of the reason why I did that. If he wasn't here all this time, my dad would be taking medication. My mom would have left. We would have been a happy family.
Okay. So you blame your brother for your family not being together?
Yes.
Okay. And you blame your dad a little bit for that same thing, if I heard you right?
Yeah.
Because of how he treated your mom?
Yeah.
Is that accurate? So, is it fair to say because of those reasons that you have some serious anger toward both of them?
Not anymore.
No, towards your dad and brother.
I hate my brother more.
You hated your brother more?
Yeah.
Okay. But it doesn't sound like you were all that fond of Dad either.
I know he said you hated your brother more,
Well,
but me it sounded like he said, so you dated your brother more?
Wow, Gene. You're such a sicko. I'm gonna tell King Cobra about you.
Again, this is me asking you a question.
It's self-defense.
What was self-defense?
Dad.
Why?
Push me.
Hey, speaking of King Cobra, it's his birthday today.
Wow, what a dork. Who has a birthday? Dork alert.
Why do you think a push by your dad?
Because he's done it before.
Okay. I guess I'm just trying to wrap my mind around it, and I'm asking. I'm not, not trying to hurt your feelings or anything like that, but I'm asking. Why would your dad pushing you cause you to shoot him?
I feel like it was threatening me.
Because he pushed you?
Yeah.
You know how many times my dad pushed me when I was a kid?
Yeah, but he pushed me like hit me.
The officer is a little out of line here. Just because your dad pushed you around as a kid, which wasn't okay, it doesn't excuse any dad pushing their kid around.
Yeah, Shad, did you know that if you're married to a cop, you're more likely to be a victim of spousal abuse than being married to somebody of any other occupation? Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I disagree with the cops whatever there, because he's just referring to how him being pushed constitutes shooting. And
it's anecdotal and it should stay out of this. He should keep himself personally out of it.
I guess.
His opinion doesn't matter.
It's not clear exactly what he's trying to do here, as this question has been asked and answered the same multiple
Mango
times.
says his birthday's in March, see? Spreading false information.
Yeah, what the fuck, Negan?
It's Negan that said that.
It's a thing that you just tell King Cobra happy birthday when you see him.
Now you're moving the goalposts.
Negan lied to us. Now we can never trust Negan again, Gene.
No, now you guys are in on the joke.
Times now.
Like, so kind of pushed you, hit you in that chest area. Okay.
Okay. Did you ever have a kid at school punch you? If not, like in California, you ever had a kid at school punch you? California? Yeah. Okay. All right. You ever feel like you needed to shoot him?
No, I just felt like I needed to punch him back.
Okay. What if I punched you in the chest?
Whoa. Okay. I was not thinking one of them would take it in that direction. Like, I was thinking of being the interrogator and saying that kind of thing. And I'm like, oh no, that's going too far. And then he does it. Like, I literally was just...
like the one that's sitting at the table, he like ups it by like saying like, you know how many times my dad pushed me, and then the other one's like, oh fuck,
You want me to push you? You gonna shoot me, bitch? Come on, fucking shoot me, bitch! What? Here's my gun. Shoot me, bitch! Shoot me! What? What?
That's how they told their friends that how they were interrogating this kid is how you were just behaving. But really, this is how it went down.
That's great.
I'm not trying to get you worked up, but what if I did that? Would you feel like you needed to shoot me to defend yourself? I punched you.
I punched your back.
Fair enough.
So why didn't you just punch your dad back?
I did that before.
Okay, so why not tonight? I'm just trying to understand, Eldon, why it went to the point now that we are sitting here with you and your dad and your brother are dead. Does that bother you?
Mango, I just have a quick question. Mango, is killing your dad and your brother bad social skills? Just curious.
Dab stealing my jokes.
What, Gene? No.
You? It doesn't bother you that they're dead? Okay. Why? Because why? Okay. Can you try and explain that to me a little bit? Because that's a pretty bold statement that you don't care that they're dead.
Eldon claims to have no remorse for what he did. It seems that his anger supersedes any other emotion he might have, at least here during the interrogation. This is an indication of the extent of the anger that Eldon has harbored against his father and brother. It's so strong and so deep that even after all is said and done, after the adrenaline rush of the situation has subsided and his father and brother are being referred to in the past tense, he's claiming not to feel any sadness or emotion for them. It's also an indication of how troubled Eldon is. When asked, Natasha, Eldon's half-sister, said that Eldon didn't have a chance in reference to his childhood. It's possible that he may feel relief now, even though Eldon knows he's likely to face consequences for what he did.
What are you crying about? Are you crying because you got caught? What do you mean? Or are you upset?
These cops, really roasting them.
When the police came, why are you upset? Why are you crying? And sometimes it's difficult for you to talk about if you don't care if they're dead. I don't. Do you know? If you don't know, you don't know. I don't. All right.
But you're not upset over them being dead.
I feel bad for my dad.
You kind of feel bad for your dad, but not at all for your brother.
Yeah.
How long? Well, I remember you saying that you only thought about this tonight. That's a pretty calculated thing. So,
You're right.
I disagree.
Why? Why tonight?
If you're waiting.
What?
I disagree. Like sometimes, like people can just, especially somebody so young and like so like frantic, like this shit can just happen. This doesn't have to be calculated.
Well,
this doesn't.
Yeah, but he explained that he's been wanting to do it for years. So
He's been plotting.
Yeah.
Wait longer.
Okay, so how long did you wait?
I thought about it. Like when it was repeated me.
Timmy.
Today.
Wake up, Timmy.
8 months ago.
Wake up, Timmy.
Yeah, after he beats me and takes away all my stuff, I just lay in my bed. I cry, think about doing it. I couldn't do it, so I stopped.
Stop thinking about it? So between the last time he beat you and tonight, how many times have you thought about it?
Just stopped. Stop thinking about it. Just did it. Well, we know you did it, but how many times did you think about it? That's the question. Thought about it every time you beat me.
I guess that's my point, because if I'm understanding your story, the last time he beat you was 8 months ago.
Beating is
And then
nice.
tonight this happened. So in between those times...
Did you say, Gene?
Beating people isn't nice.
Yeah, that's bad social skills.
How many times did you think about doing what you did tonight?
I don't know. But I did it that night.
Okay. Do you recall ever thinking about it during that time frame?
I've imagined it.
Okay. What have you imagined doing?
Showed them. You know?
And this is your dad. What have you thought about your brother?
Just my dad.
Okay, so you never dreamt about it, thought about it, about killing your brother, even though you hate him and he's the cause of that your family's not whole.
Yeah.
But you've never thought about killing him until the night.
Yeah.
But you have had thoughts about killing your dad in the past.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I think I'm understanding your story a little better. I think we're there. The only thing that kind of I'm hung up on is the fact that how much you hate your brother. At least that's what you relayed to us. And that this is the first time you ever thought about hurting him.
Yeah.
So I just don't know if I'm buying that part.
I'm not.
And if you're leaving it out,
What out?
The times that you thought about killing your brother.
He said that he'd stabbed his brother in his back like a long time ago. Or something, so he's thought of...
Inconsistent.
I don't know.
I mean, I thought about it, but I never knew I was going to do it.
That's what I'm asking.
I was just thinking, what would life be like if he died?
Did you think about...
But I didn't ever think about killing him.
Eldon goes back and forth as to whether or not he planned to kill his brother or made prior attempts. But he still hasn't told the detectives everything and is about to reveal another final layer to his depravity.
One thing I did know, maybe it was just like I said, I'm holding my ears. There's that shotgun. Where's the shotgun right now? I don't know. I know you know. Come on. Where is it? Room. So you knew where it was in your room, where it was leaning up. You knew how many shells you put in it. You knew how you stuck it under the bed because you demonstrated that. So let's say I'm just going in the house, lights are off, and I got a flashlight. Where am I going to find it? Flashlight? Yeah.
Where'd you stash it, dude?
That's what?
The shotgun shot.
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
You do know. I forgot. I think I just left it there in the bed.
In that room? Where your brother and dad are dead? Okay. Where's the 45?
It's on the counter.
The counter in the kitchen? Okay. And then you don't know where the 9mm is. And that never came out. You never saw it.
Never saw it.
Okay.
It's probably in my room.
Where's the machete?
Bed.
Why isn't he just saying the obvious?
A dagger knife.
Why isn't the kid being like, I'm sure it's in your evidence lockup. I'm sure you guys have that. Like, if you're asking me where it's at right now, because that's how they're asking him, is like, where is the shotgun at or whatever. And they obviously have pictures of it. It's an evidence. Why doesn't the kid just say, like, you guys fucking have it. You guys know what I killed him with and
I don't know.
stuff.
You tell me.
You probably took all the weapons in the house. Like...
Yeah, except this is completely right after it, so it's like...
Maybe the shotgun was stashed away. I don't know.
But still, they do that. It's just the same way that he wanted him. He knew what GTA was, but he wanted him to say Grand Theft Auto, just for accuracy and stuff. Just so later he can't be like, well, actually, like the more thorough you are with getting them to explain everything, the less likely they are to be able to change the story up in the future. Yeah, or act like they meant something else or something.
Knife, the other knife? There's one other knife. Where's that? We talked about it earlier. Knife? Yeah. The black knife? Sure. Whatever knife was there. Yeah, that one. Yeah. Where is it? I left it there, I think. What'd you do with it, though? Oh, I just stopped what I was doing. With the knife? Not the machete, the knife. I know. Okay, what were you doing with the knife? I was stabbing him. Stabbing who? John. Okay. With the knife, not the machete.
Stop.
Okay, so see, that's a new twist to this. You never told us that. I forgot. Okay. All right.
So let's talk about that. Go ahead, sir.
How many times did you stab him?
15, 14 times.
Okay, so let me make sure I got this right. You used the machete on him first, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you hit him approximately 30 times with that. We discussed it all over the body for the most part. Arms, legs, head. Probably nothing to the torso, doesn't sound like. Anything to the back?
I think so. Okay.
What the officer is describing here is overkill and shows the serious levels of rage Eldon has towards his brother. The interrogators are now going much faster with Eldon, not leaving any empty space for him to answer, and basically just feeding him a narrative. They're no longer asking open questions and being quiet for a moment to let him answer on his own. This may be a change in strategy because they don't want to give him too long to think and formulate another lie. It's also possible that they're shocked at his responses and a bit emotional themselves, which would be completely understandable.
That's a lot of anger. Any other weapons that we haven't talked about that you used?
That I've used?
That you used tonight?
There's other weapons, but they weren't used.
What do you think should happen to you?
Me? Yeah, if you were and you were talking to me, what should happen?
Normally, interrogators pose this question, the punishment question, earlier on in the discussion, not after the suspect has admitted to the crime. This may be an attempt to gauge his understanding of right and wrong, or to see if he feels any remorse whatsoever. If he still said a warning or going to live with his mom or counseling, or any kind of soft answer, then it really would point to him having...
Yeah, I think I should probably get like 3 weeks of community service. Maybe 2. I don't know.
It was an accident.
It was an accident.
A remorseless frame of mind.
I'm gonna go back to California. What about the legal stuff? What should happen? Jail, warning, what? I don't know. Come on, Mom. You're smart. You're a smart guy. Give us a guess. Yes. Yeah. What would you do? What should happen to someone that just killed their brother and their father? Die.
Do you think a person should die?
Yeah.
Why?
I probably deserve it.
You think you deserve that?
Yeah.
You think you deserve to die because you killed
He's
your brother?
honest.
You're dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is an unexpected answer, particularly since Eldon initially stated that he should go back to California with his mom. He goes from basically saying he should be set free to then referring to the death penalty. It's very likely that Eldon felt trapped and hopeless, living in an abusive situation with 2 people that he grew to despise. It's important to keep in mind that abuse alone typically doesn't result in a teenager killing his father and brother. There typically have to be serious behavioral issues present and early antisocial traits.
All right, man. I think we're done. But let us step out and talk for a few minutes, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do with you next, okay?
What am I gonna do? We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. As soon as I come back in, I'll tell you. Okay?
Man, you better eat that pizza. You don't get pizza in prison.
Behind your back for the top of your okay?
Oh, they're not even gonna let him finish the pizza.
They don't got no Pizza Hut in prison? What?
No, they don't do pizza in
What?
prison. It's too expensive of a food.
What? I want Pizza
Oh
Hut.
my God, they don't even let him finish it.
He didn't look like he was interested in it. He's too busy crying and being uncomfortable to want to eat.
And being a pussy.
Yeah.
After a preliminary
That's
hearing,
when you
Eldon
eat pizza until you puke, dude.
his first-degree murder charge
Just
for his
waste their
father
time.
dropped
Hold
down
on
to
for
second
Yeah.
degree after the judge didn't feel there was sufficient evidence to prove premeditation. However, the first-degree charge stuck for the murder of Jonathan. Eldon was tried as an adult in 2016, and though the detectives had a hard time getting him to land on an exact timeline, the prosecution laid it out for the jury to show just how much damage Eldon had done. Junior was shot in the stomach after allegedly pushing Eldon twice. Junior crawled to his youngest son's room and propped himself up against the nightstand, where Eldon shot him 3 more times in the head with a .45 caliber handgun. After an unsuccessful attempt to coax Jonathan out from under the bed, Eldon shoved the .45 underneath and shot at his brother several times. He then opted instead for a shotgun, loaded it, and shot Jonathan again multiple times. After removing the mattress and box spring, Eldon then grabbed a knife and began to stab his brother. Jonathan tried to crawl out from under the bed towards his father when Eldon grabbed his final weapon, the machete, and hacked at his brother's arms, legs, and head until he stopped moving. The prosecution described Eldon's actions as prolonged and purposeful. The fact that he used multiple weapons against his helpless brother showed that the killing was deliberate and premeditated. The defense tried to argue that Junior had given Eldon some of his medications, which had altered his brain. They told the jury that Eldon merely snapped after years of neglect, but never planned to murder his family before that moment. In addition, the defense used what was referred to as the zombie defense, in which Junior prepped for the apocalypse to show just how unstable Junior was leading up to and at the time of the attack, which the prosecution fully rejected, calling the claim ridiculous. In the end, 14-year-old Eldon was found guilty of the second-degree murder of his father, Eldon Samuel II, and guilty of the first-degree murder of his younger brother, Jonathan Samuel. He was sentenced to 20 years fixed with 5 years indeterminate for the murder of his brother, and 10 years fixed with 5 years indeterminate for the murder of his father, which are being served concurrently in an adult prison. Eldon is due to be released in March of 2029.
Whoa, 2029? Gene, we need to be there to meet him when he comes out.
Interview him.
Yeah, we should interview him. Ask him
And
if he
he'll
plans on murdering
immediately,
more
start-
people.
Yeah, he'll immediately start eating our faces.
That would be crazy to like have him on and be like, "Did you learn your fucking lesson? Like, are you rehabilitated? Did it work? Like,
dude, he'll kill you.
Are you a different person? Like,
do you still hate autistic people?
Do you?
Autistic lives matter.
Did you ask for forgiveness, like from God or whatever? Like
Jesus,
you know, or whatever you believe in?
Jesus.
Like, that would be interesting. You know, that's only like fucking like 5.5 years away.
Yeah, right? Seems like he was let off extremely easy there.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah, he said this happened in 2016.
Something like that. He was playing GTA 5, and he was talking about like
There's like a Walking Dead game too and stuff.
yeah, so I think
Yeah,
they said, and plus, yeah, I think
blame the video games.
Yeah, it's the video games. So, I guess I'm gonna end this. Huh?
I agree with the jury though, how they said that like the defense claimed that the dad was into zombies and it was like prepping him, so it made the kid like erratic or whatever. And so like I agree with the jury that they said they don't blame the zombies. The zombies didn't do it.
Yeah. Well, if there was proof that his dad was like raising him up to believe this irrational, crazy bullshit and stuff, then then that's evidence to show that he wasn't in a healthy environment, which most likely leads to an unhealthy kid mentally and everything. So, you know, you got to take that.
Dr. Shab, what do you know?
You can totally be into zombies and raise children and be a perfectly.
It's not
functional-
about being into zombies.
Literally believing that the uprising's coming.
Yeah,
and you gotta prep them.
If he literally was raising his kids like, oh, dude, any day now, the zombie apocalypse, I gotta teach you how to shoot. Okay, if the zombie comes at you like this, you go shit. Okay, any day it's gonna happen, and you raise them up thinking that's definitely not the environment that
What
kid.
if they were just doing a drill? Like, okay, what a scenario. What if we do get bit and we just one day we're just gonna surprise your brother and be like, oh, we got bit, and then he fucking does this shit.
He's like, what if the zombie starts pushing you like this? What if he starts hitting you? What are you gonna do? I'm gonna oh shit! Sorry, Dad. Fuck! I got a little carried away. Sorry.
The fact that he said that he should die shows that he does have like remorse for like what he did. Like he knows it's like a very unforgivable act.
Yeah.
So, you know, me, I'd rather die than spend the rest of my life in prison. I mean,
likewise.
I mean, a lot of people where they're like, "Oh God, the death penalty." Or they got off by not getting the death penalty. It's like, I don't know.
Some people say like giving them the death penalty is like letting them off easy though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, I guess I'm gonna end this stream, and then probably come back with another cool guy stream because that's just how cool I am. Man, I'm amazing.
Cool, all right. That's what he calls it.
Yeah. So, all right, give this stream a like if you haven't yet, guys.